That's where I get
I'm not
all my
surprised,
content for
but
Twitch.
I just haven't thought of it. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta turn us on so I get my. Well, whose skin is it? Is Namor?
I forgot to claim the last one, and now I can't get it anymore.
Which one was that? Adam Warlock?
I think yeah. Forgot to claim it.
Mirror.
Damn. Are we live?
I don't think so.
We're live.
Oh, there we are. Yeah, now we're live.
Guess who's live?
Live again.
Ooh.
Guess who's live? Guess who's live? Guess who's live?
What's going on, chat?
It's just me.
I'm watching
Watching some bees.
Watch myself.
I'm watching Factor Meals.
Oh, this is definitely catered towards me because I have so many wasps in my yard right now. Wasp and hornet trap.
He got a wasp nest.
I do. I got one of those like things that looks like a paper bag that you hang. You know,
Yeah.
it's supposed to keep
And
them away.
it
But
attracts them and put like the pheromones in
I
it or
don't
something.
think I have the right kind of wasps for those.
No, you need that bee lady from TikTok.
that
And
sounds
then
awful.
I went and saw the bees.
What?
and
I need them to
needed
go away because they keep
No,
making nests in my gutters.
You guys don't know who the bee
Oh.
lady is?
No.
She
I don't
roasted
know how to
onions,
TikTok, Matt.
I look at TikTok like once every 3 months.
like during the pandemic, and she's like a.
AV.
No, there's a better name for.
AV Aries?
She's not just a
Yes.
beekeeper. I feel like that's simplifying it too much.
Isn't
But
that
she
ants?
goes in a lot of the time,
Yeah.
just like raw dogs, moves these bees.
birds?
Like
That's birds.
you call her up, and she's like, "Yeah, I'll come remove this colony for you, or this hive, or this whatever." And she transports it away, and either will keep the bees herself or like rehome them. And a lot of the time, it's just like, "Let me reach in here," and it's a very specific cadence in
Oh
which
my
she speaks.
God.
It's like, "And now I have to steam the bees, and I find the queen," and just like holding the queen, and like the other bees following. Oh, it's
She
crazy.
getting stung the whole time. Just doesn't
Can
care.
you just knock
I'm
them
sure
out?
she gets
Mm.
stung every now and then, but like she's
She's like
so
that
used to
guy.
it.
What's the Jack Quaid movie that just came out where you can't feel pain?
Novocaine or
Uh,
something like that?
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like that. She just can't
Parent
feel
Trap?
anything. And
Apiarists.
still trying to figure out the word.
Yeah, I found it because here's story time. I get my back waxed from a lady down the street.
That
here.
sounds really painful.
It sucks.
Wait,
But I
wait,
do
wait,
it.
wait, 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 wait. You're not just gonna brush this under the rug.
Why didn't you drop this in the Neil Lore
I
episode?
don't care that you get your back waxed, because low key, I'm thinking of doing the same thing because I'm very hairy. But at a random lady down the street.
Well, it's like her in-home.
Okay, it's just like,
What is it called? Esthetician.
It's
hey,
an
babe, I'm headed down the
establishment.
street.
Like
Charlene's gonna
anesthetist?
hook me up. She's gonna.
Yeah, but it's like right close to my house. It's nice.
It's not like just
deforest
your
my
neighbor.
back.
It's a
No, it's like it would be. I
She's
would
licensed.
go there for. She's licensed. Yeah.
like you go
Okay.
into her personal bedroom and she lays you down. And
It's
puts you
her
in-
office. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, her
Oh,
husband. Her husband.
Where the magic happens.
Keeps bees.
Her husband watches.
Yeah, he watches, and
Oh, gosh.
so he's the apiarist. And it's called Dave's Apiaries. And anyway, that's how I kind of knew the word.
Comment dit-on en français?
Anyways, what's
Oh,
up,
no.
stream?
I need
Welcome
him to
to our,
come take the wasp out of my gutters.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll do that. Can you get honey from wasps?
Somebody's called it that once or twice. It's got to be
We have them like in our bushes. We have the wasps. They build nests in there.
too easy.
My wife like multiple times has been there like trimming the bushes and then just like gets attacked.
Yeah,
She like
no.
swells
Rose
up
bushes.
big time from the
Yeah,
from
so
the
does my
wasp.
wife.
Yeah.
I'm
I
allergic.
pulled like a no exaggeration, like a 2.5 foot long wasp nest out of our like electric box that's like in the yard
man.
that like feeds to the house. Like I opened up and it was
Oh,
awful. Yeah,
Not the
very
hiding
terrible.
seek house.
Why do you have a box in your yard for your house feed? As
Yeah,
electrical
it just-
engineer, like
That's how they all are.
Planning.
America.
That's how they all are, man. Every house has them.
Underground or overhead service?
It's on the. It's like a utility box.
Yeah.
In like the corner of the yard. It's enclosed. It's like a big metal thing.
Yeah, that's what we have. Like
Yeah.
between mine and my neighbor's house, there's just like a big green box. And
Ours
like
are
two
all-
houses, there's one of those. Then everything else is underground. Like all the wires, everything's.
Is it
Yeah, my
transformer?
whole neighborhood is underground.
You shouldn't be able to open it, but you can open yours, Ken.
Oh yeah.
You shouldn't
I-
be.
I-
able
I
to,
Yeah.
and
probably
being able
could.
to are-
I don't, but I had to because there was a wasp nest in there. So
But I mean, but Ken, you don't have like it's not your access to it though, right?
it
Is it
could have
like
been your origin
the
story.
company
I don't-
essentially? And then
yeah,
you
like
just-
I can't do anything with it.
Right.
It's just it's like the meter or whatever for
Oh, your
for
meter's
the
there.
utilities.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not on the side of your house.
mine's on the side of the house, and then
And they
we
can
have a big
read it
box.
like they don't have to go in my yard. Like,
Yeah,
they
it's
can
all
read it.
wireless now.
They'll just like
They just
drive by.
drive
and
away-
sit in the
drive by,
car.
yeah.
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 It's the future. I know Ravager playing D&D, man. Like it. What
What do you mean?
what race and class are you rolling, dude?
He's actually
He's
playing.
lurking. Yeah. He may not answer.
He's playing D&D though, right? But he's lurking. Maybe you will ask him
Right now.
Dryads and diphthongs.
Sure.
We all know what a diphthong is, right?
We're off to a great start
No,
tonight.
is it like flip flops?
It's a part of speech.
It's
like
I
a-
do know what that is. Yeah,
Tap,
it
tap,
hit me.
tap, tap, tap. Ah, yes, I do know what that is.
Yes, English class.
All right. Are we ready, dudes?
So fun. I need my
real
music.
Quick, the poll. La, la,
Let me just
la.
log into the Home Depot website real quick.
That's right. Yeah, go ahead. Before we pull it.
Dun, 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 dun.
You want to
You
get
need
that
a top of
job
the class
done?
oven. You can come to Home Depot where the price is right and you can do
The
stuff.
best
We
Good
have
Friday
Thor
specials.
The best Thor
no.
skins around.
I was about to
Buy
make a
the
lumber
materials.
joke, but
Take a class.
on
Do it
Easter weekend
yourself.
that might
Man,
not
I'm
be in
congested
good
tonight. It's
taste.
crazy. All right. Are we ready, dudes?
Yeah, my internet might give out here. I don't know, but
That's Neil saying he's not sure if he.
It's not a good
gonna
good sign
pay
to start it
attention
off
the
with, but okay. How's it? I guess the stream is up this week, right? I think last week it was.
I think it's. Have we checked the?
mine was buffering. So
Oh, yeah,
Actually,
YouTube
no,
was
it's not.
crazy.
Mine still says starting soon
On what, YouTube?
on Twitch.
Oh, I
Oh
refreshed
wait,
mine.
no, it's. I refreshed it. It's working.
It was like that was like 5
Maybe I-
minutes ago.
I don't know.
that's all.
May or
All
may
right.
not have
Brother
paused
and-
it.
My brother in Bast.
Are we going?
Are you ready? Let me write down my time here.
Just yeah.
You just gotta stop asking that. And
You just gotta go because now I'm just
Yeah.
second guessing myself.
push the button.
Not to take a
don't
shot
push
every
the
time Mark
button.
says.
I don't know.
So, we ready?
Here we go. Shh. Rebels Assemble, episode 24. Oh, yeah, you know what time it is. That's right, it's time for Rivals Assemble, a Marvel Rivals podcast. I am your host, Mark Turcott, and you are tuned in to episode 24. Well, we are 1 week into season 2, and we're going to talk to you about the good, talk to you about the bad, everything happening with season 2 here this week. We also have some recoloring to skins coming to the game. We have some Venom lore coming for you on the show, and of course, we wrap it up with your questions and comments at the end. So to break it all down with me here, first up, Neil, what's up, dude?
We are Venom.
Wow.
Tried to drink a lot of water there to get that gurgly sound, but didn't work.
It's pretty good though, man. I think that was
Go
pretty
back
good.
to the lab.
A commitment.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
Mark. Hey,
that was,
guys. Another episode. This is number 25?
24.
Nope.
24.
Almost.
I'm ahead of myself here, but yeah, excited to be here. Let's again, Venom lore. It's great. I was showing off my inner Venom before the show here, and it's my new main.
Oh, so no, you're no longer the Black Panther main. You're now the Venom main.
The new main this week.
Yeah. Main of the week.
Main of the
Your
week.
wife must feel so secure, Neil. I mean,
No commitment.
I have no commitment issues at all. I'm fine.
Also joining us here on the show, Ken's. Ken's, what's up, dude?
Yeah, what's going on? It's been a great week. Lots and lots and lots of time in game. So season 2 is great.
Yes, it is. It is. And also, Matt. Matt, what's up, man?
what's up, guys? Stoked to be here with you tonight. Did the Captain America challenge, and I did not tilt at all.
Captain America challenge.
Wait, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's for next week, Matt.
Oh, well, I did it. So,
Well,
What an overachiever. You have to do 10 more games.
that's right.
by
Now
the
you got to
way.
do 10
It
more,
doesn't
and you
count.
got to do it.
no, I shan't. No, I shan't.
Oh, what is
Tune in next week to hear about how it went.
that's yeah? What is that called? Like burying the lead, Matt? Is that something they use? Am I using
Oh
that
no,
term
that's
wrong?
that brought the lead up.
You're dancing the lead.
Right in the beginning. Yeah, there you
We
go.
ready to go?
Oh, that's great. But what's up, everybody here? Thank you here for tuning in to the show. We're so glad you could join us. However you're joining us, whether it's through podcast form on iTunes or on Spotify or over on Twitch and YouTube. What's up to everybody watching us over there, either live or via the VODs. We've mentioned before last week, you can go to rivalsassemble.com. You can find all the links to all our social avenues out there, our email, all that over there. Of course, you can always leave us comments over on Spotify. And I know we say it every week, but be sure to join our Discord. We got an incredible community over there. We are over 250 plus over there. And there's always someone to play with, whether you're just casual, whether you're a hardcore player. Great group of people over there. So go over to, you actually can find it in the show notes or head over to rivalsassemble.com. You can find it over there. We also have our Patreon going this week. Ken's episode is out. So Ken's solo episode was out this week. And I got to say, I told these guys before we went on the air, like I think listening to everyone's origin stories in video games. Like Neil has his out there. Ken's has his out there. Mine is out there. I just love hearing it. And Matt, I can't wait. Matt, yours is going to be this week. Upcoming week. So how you
My
feeling,
favorite
Matt?
part of Ken's is when he saved the family of puppies from the burning building. But that's all the
you'll have
context
to
I'm gonna
wait and
give.
see.
Yeah. Well,
What a cliffhanger.
if you do want to hear that, you can head on over to our Patreon at patreon.com/rivalsassemble. You become a patron over there. $5 a month gives you access to not only those solo episodes, but also our MCU recap that comes out on Mondays every 2 weeks. We just did The Incredible Hulk, so we've done Iron Man and The Incredible Hulk so far. In a week and a half, we're going to be doing Iron Man 2, so you can tune into that. This Monday also will be our Retro Game Club on Super Mario RPG, so you can hear that on Monday. So again, go to patreon.com/rivalsassemble, and $5 gets you over there, and you become a true believer and get the True Believer name over in the Discord. Now, if you were a Discord member, you would have seen this week we announced over there, and we're telling everybody here on the air, but you literally only have, 36 hours to sign up for this. But we're big hockey fans over here, big NHL fans. So, one of us isn't, but 3 of us are, I should say.
One of us lives in a city that has lost 2 hockey teams to Canada because it's not a popular sport down here.
Yes, and you had the Summer Olympics, so that was as far from, hockey as you could get. But if you would like to take part in the Rivals Assemble NHL Playoff Bracket Challenge, you can find that over in our Discord, over on the announcement page. It has all the details over there for you to get signed up with. And the big thing with this is the winner of the bracket challenge gets an in-game skin of their choice. So we will be gifting you. Now, we are taking part in the bracket challenge ourselves, but whoever comes in second, Neil, you said right. Neil, you're going to come in
After I
first.
win, the next person gets this.
Right.
Yeah, you'll just forever be number 2.
But you're going to get an in-game skin, and you're also going to get the inaugural Rivals Assemble Moose Cup. So we're finding out how we're going to be able to... Neil, do you want to explain what we're doing with the Moose Cup just a little
So
bit?
my idea is I'm going to get my artist of a 6-year-old daughter, and she's going to draw a picture of
I love it.
the Moose Cup, and then I'm going to get my crypto on and figure out how to make it an NFT. And then we could somehow transfer that to the winner so they can have it as their desktop background or something for the year.
Or hear me out. We can take a screenshot of it.
Whoa.
No.
But then it's not the NFT.
It's not the
It's
same.
not legit.
See, the Stanley Cup passes around from team
That's
to
a
team.
whole different
every
discussion
year.
about NFTs being legit that I don't care to get into right now. But
It's in the blockchain, man.
That's a whole
It's all
thing.
there.
Right, but I
Yeah,
think that would be cool. The winner gets this NFT of the Moose Cup in 1 year of bragging rights, of course. And then next year we pass it off to whoever wins then, and it's just kind of we're passing it around.
We can add their name to it as well.
what
Yes.
if you went out with your daughter and found like the antlers of a moose that do, or is that just deer that like
knock them
Shed.
off?
shed? But yeah, they knock them off. Do moose do that?
I think so. Yeah.
You could take one of those and like bronze it. Well, never mind shipping.
And tariffs.
Tariffs.
Tariffs, yeah.
Well,
That's why we're doing an NFT, so
Yeah.
there's no worries about any of that.
We'll save that
No
for our
effing tariffs. on this
politics
NFT.
podcast.
Yeah.
Tariffs
So
assemble.
we kind of mentioned it, but if you want to be a part of this, you really got to do it now because the games start on Saturday. So
Saturday.
Yeah.
it's a pressing matter if you want
Yeah.
it.
And again, if you were a member of the Discord, you would have already seen it because you would have got the announcement over there. So go over to join the Discord, go to the announcement page. You'll see on how you join over there. And again, you get an in-game skin of your choice. Of course, that's really the big deal. Also, the inaugural Moose Cup
whoa.
and a year, and a
Give
year
us
of
my
bragging
daughter
rights.
drop.
So
Very good.
we had a poll this week, as always, guys, and we asked everyone, which out-of-universe character would you like to see in Rivals? And the options were Superman, Shredder, Luke Skywalker, Goku, Spawn, or Optimus Prime. And I gotta say, this was probably one of the closest, like most spread out voting we've ever had. We had 107 votes. And coming in with the win with 25 votes, 23.4% of the votes, Luke Skywalker coming in.
What was some of the other percentages? Because it was so close.
So 21 coming in second was Spawn, with 21 at 19.6.
Oh, wow.
And then we had a tie between Goku and Optimus Prime with 20 votes. Superman with 12 and Shredder coming in last with 9.
Oh,
So
Man, Spawn was up there.
yeah.
it's cool.
I mean, I would even put like Goku, Spawn, and Optimus. There's only one vote difference there.
Yeah.
My vote was definitely, even though I'm a hardcore Star Wars fan, was on Goku, just because I was like,
I voted Luke Skywalker.
I voted Optimus because I wanted to ride him down lane.
would you want to ride him as
What
the
did he
truck
say?
or on his shoulder?
Either.
Either.
It'd be like a Groot times truck.
Yeah, you just plow through a building.
What if you
Easy.
were inside Optimus when he transformed? Do you just die?
I think so. Yeah, you're
No, then
crushed.
you get like
knocked
how
out.
the Power Rangers get their control room, right? Inside their Megazords. It'd be something like that. Right?
Matt, our Power Ranger pro.
Power Ranger
It's
Professor,
more-
yes.
Explain.
It's more complicated than that, Neil.
Yeah. it
One does
turns
not
into a nice
simply-
seat in a cockpit.
they're not-
You get cockpit right in his mid area.
It's already a predetermined that. Okay, I can't get into this. We can talk about it after.
This is for Matt's solo episode.
This is my
the
solo
There you
episode.
go.
science behind getting into a Megazord.
Real quick too, wanted to throw out there. We just had our first Clash tournament faction fill up on the Discord for the PlayStation Clash. The first April challenge. The registration ends on the 26th of this month, and we've got an EU faction that's full up and they're competing. If you want to do
Nice.
that, you can go into our looking for games page and try and hook up with people. No NA faction or other region yet, so yeah, hook up with some people. We got 3 completely full factions formed on the board
Nice.
right now.
See, you just join the Discord. I'm telling you, you can find like-minded people over there. Back to the poll. What do we think with Luke Skywalker? What would you want if he was added to the game? What's his kit? That's what I
He'd
was
be
thinking.
Invisible Woman. Let's be real. Come on,
What?
Just because he can push people?
and pull people, and like
Turn invisible.
Would he throw? Would he? Cause see, that's the thing. I was trying to think. Like, I'm like, oh, he could like force choke, and I'm like, but that would be Vader.
he'd have all
Vader,
the he'd
yeah.
have Cal Kestis abilities. He'd have the throw the blade and and catch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, a lot of like magic utility kind of sword play, things
Mhm.
like that.
I was thinking about this, and first thing that came to mind is Battlefront 2, right? You can play Luke Skywalker as a hero. I think he'd play something similar to that. And from what I remember, it's a saber throw, maybe a dash with your saber, as you like a magic thing. He must have a
Well-
force push as well.
Isn't it like, all right,
Super
I'm
jump.
gonna get
Force-
destroyed by some Star Wars lore people
I'm ready.
out there, but a green saber, right? Isn't that more of kind of like a, kind of like the
Passive.
like like a tank stance, right? Like you're not like
Tank is yellow
yeah.
in the Old Republic.
Well, I thought green was more like trainee.
Qui-Gon,
Like,
Yoda.
Well, send us an
Yeah, I
email
was gonna
and
say, it's
prove
more
us
like-
wrong.
skill issue.
Master.
Anyway,
like,
what if he was a
peace-
Vanguard? That's where I was going with that.
There's a reason this isn't Jedi Assemble.
Yeah.
Oh, he could have reflect, kind of like a cap shield to reflect with his.
Yeah, I mean that would
lightsaber.
definitely be deflect. Yeah, you'd have to be able to like any projectile. I could see him sending back, like to the enemies. I don't know. Well, it would be pretty cool though. I think when I saw somebody, I forget where this was. I think it was maybe in the Spotify mention. Somebody said like, "Oh, Luke Skywalker's my vote." I think it would be awesome to have a Star Wars hero shooter.
Yes.
And we did have
There was
that.
one.
Awesome.
And it shut down or is shutting down in the next like month. It was on mobile and it was on Switch, and they were just getting set to put it out on PC. I don't think it ever came out on PC, but
Nope. Star Wars
That's what you
Hunters.
got on. That's
Yeah.
what like to an extent like Battlefront was too. Like
kind of,
you
yeah.
could
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It was
a
more
larger scale battle.
Battlefield.
Yeah. Hunters was more small scale, quick matches. I mean, it was really built for mobile.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what kind of hindered its, because I was super excited for that game, like jumped in right away and was like, oh, this is great. And then like after a couple games, I was like, okay, well, I can see the
it's a mobile
quality
game.
wasn't there, right?
quality just wasn't there. But hey, who knows? Maybe someday we'll get more Star Wars in that. Let's see. Next week on our poll, and again, if you want to vote on these polls, head over to Spotify. I saw somebody was a little confused as to how they could get in there to vote, and I think they were actually in Spotify. Make sure number one, you update your app. Because for the longest time, I just didn't update my Spotify app. And so the ability to vote wasn't there. So do that and just click on this episode and you can scroll down. And then I think we're going to start putting them in the Discord. Somebody asked us that.
Yep.
For people
Yeah,
that
we do
don't
that. Hear
use Spotify. So we will start doing that as well. We'll put it over in the Discord. But next week's poll, we're asking you, what is your favorite non-Venom symbiote that you want to see added to the game? So again, which non-Venom symbiote do you want to see added to the game? We have Anti-Venom, Carnage,
Anti-Venom.
Scream, Agony, Null, or Toxin. So again, which non-Venom symbiote do you want to see added to the game? Anti-Venom, Carnage, Scream, Agony, Null, Toxin. Go over to Spotify, vote over there, or if you're part of the Discord, we'll put it over there as well.
So I was looking these up to see what to add to this list here. I didn't realize how many symbiotes there are. There's like 20 or 40 or whatever, and I didn't know most of them.
Oh yeah.
But I guess we'll hear that a little bit later in the show when we get to the Venom lore, because
Some of it.
some of it.
Now, we usually at this point now we've been doing our week in game or the challenge. I'm going to say the challenge right now because our week in game I think is going to go a little bit longer than normal because I think we're going to really just talk about season 2. But next week's challenge, we had a recommendation from Deity 503, who I believe is one of the Dirtbag Caps. Right, Matt? I think
Oh
I'm in
yeah,
Discord.
I think he
owns
was
it
the
more than
OG.
anyone.
He is the
Yeah.
Dirtbag Cap. Yeah,
He
is
was
the
the
guy.
OG dirtbag cap.
So he said, why is Captain America the best character, and is he your next challenge? Warning, it'll be fun. And yes, Deity, it is our next challenge. Even though Matt thought it was this week, it is going to be next week. We will be going through our Captain America challenge. So tune in to hear our results.
I'm ready. I played Cap once when the game launched, like one game. Wow. I said, no, not for me, and I never went back. So I'm excited.
Talking
Mark
about our
played
week
a
in
match
game.
with me today, this Cap, and it was
So our week in game, like I'm going to bring up Cap because I looked like he was my number 4 most played player or most played character overall, and then was my number 2 tank going into this season for played. In this season, guys, he is a monster. Like giving that a little bit extra health, like just you have much more sustain with him. I have been having a blast playing as Cap right now. He's actually, I mean, I've played him in some comp matches, which is great, which I mean, this week I made it, I was so close right here before we went on the air to hit Silver 3 because I've like, of course, went all the way back down to Bronze 3. And I've been playing a lot of comp matches. I mean, I told Ken's and Neil, like, I'm really starting to find, I think I enjoy comp almost more than quick play. And part of that is just because I've kind of lost the mindset of, oh my God, if I lose, I'm going to go down. And it's just like, you know what? I'm just going to play because I have better matches there. Like people actually are, even though, every once in a while you have a game where you get a little bit stomped or, maybe you get a little bit overrun, especially this early in the season because you have those higher ranked people that are down that need to make their climbs going up. But at least the people you're playing with are usually doing what they need to be doing, where too often you're finding, in a quick play, you're having somebody just insta-locking Emma just to get in there and try her out, right? They don't know what they're doing with her, or just playing some other character. They have no clue what they're doing. Or you have, 4 DPS, no healers, and it's just like, ugh. So for me, comp has been a lot of fun this week. Strategist, I'm sorry. And they're going in there and knocking people out.
I think another thing this week too is everyone's trying to get those events done, right? Mm-hmm. Which you need to play certain heroes, and that was kind of my week this week. Was okay, figure out who I need to play to do those events, which has been fun. Got my few games with Emma Frost because she in the first event there, it like 3 or 4 of them was just do abilities with her and turn into Diamond form. Thank you. And then the second event that came had one that was just X-Men hero specific. So I was looking and see who were the X-Men on there, and she counted as one, and also Wolverine. So I played a little bit of him. Build rage. But it's nice. It's nice having those events back because it gets me kind of out of my comfort zone, similar to how this challenge is going to go. But this gets me on the different heroes and trying out a few different strategies and stuff like that. So.
Keeping it just kind of on the mission front, how do you guys feel about just the weekly missions? Like, was it a lot? Do you think? Because you get 4 out of 7, I think is what they are. I mean, I think so. This new change to the structure has been great. Like the dailies have been incredibly easy. Usually within like one match, it's like 2 upvotes, play 1 match, and heal 5,000 or whatever. Like basically what you do in a normal match. And so the dailies have been great. The challenges are just kind of the same. I found myself logging in and doing like 1 or 2 matches and kind of just completing all that. Of course, outside of the weeklies because those are a little bit more. But yeah, I like the change, man. I think
we'll have to see how it feels towards the end of the season. Right now, I'm playing a lot, and so like, I mean, they're just all completed. So like, I haven't even looked at it like at all. They're just done. And so I think later on in the season when I'm not playing as much and I log in and I think that's kind of more what it's meant for. Yeah. But yeah, for now, I haven't noticed.
I think with the change. Oh, go ahead, Matt.
You go ahead.
Okay. With the changes, it's less hero specific with those challenges. And instead of you're getting 3 of the 2-day challenges or 3-day challenges, you only get 2 of them, I believe. And then you have the weekly ones, and they're all just like deal damage, do stuff. So just basically play the game. As you said, Kenz, you didn't have to worry about what it was. One odd time you'll get the one where it's the 4 hero, play one of these 4 heroes and deal damage or do healing. But how I felt last season was that would show up a lot more. So if you weren't playing one of those heroes, they would just stack up, or you would go to refresh them and all that. So I think that's changed a little bit. You don't have to worry about them so much, and that's why it's cool to have those events back, because that has more like the hero specific things that kind of push you to try new things.
Yeah. Well, I noticed like this week, like I thought I was going to play Emma more. I know, Kenz, you've just been playing the hell.
I've only played Emma. I think I've put 9 hours into Emma Frost.
He's a really, really good Emma.
He is, yeah. We had some
very good White Queen.
But I think actually in our comp matches, right, Kenz, when you and I played it, I think we went 5 for 7, and we had
lost 1 game and had 1 draw.
And had our first ever draw. I had never had a draw in the game.
And I still increased rank with the draw. I got like plus 23 like points or something.
It was crazy. We had what was it on the Wakanda map, wasn't it? And it was like neither team got the first little bit. You know how the point has 3 ticks? Neither team got the first tick, and it was just a draw. Never had that happen. It's crazy. But yeah, so Emma, like I thought I would be playing her more, but like I said, I've been playing tons of Cap. I've played a lot of Hulk this week, even playing Groot. Groot seems to be fantastic this week. I do like Emma, though, how I mentioned I think Sigma last week with the shield being able to push and block. I had a couple matches where I was blocking Moon Knight, exactly what I thought, and even Johnny Storm was kind of up in a corner. I'm just like, nah, you can't hit me. Push that shield up there.
Dirtbag.
Have you noticed when you lose? I know how infrequent that is, but when you lose now, and say if you're SVP, do you what's the number of points that you're losing? It used to be around 30, right? Before?
I don't think it's that much.
They've changed.
I've had a couple matches where it was like how much you lose. It's supposed to be based on how you do. I've had some matches where I've lost 18. I've had another one where I've lost like 25, 26. I don't know if I've lost 30. I've gone up 30 though. I know I've seen that.
Yeah. It's usually a teen number for me, like 13, 12, 14, 18,
which is
it hasn't been over 20. Yeah.
Less than last season, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's apt to look when they win and they're like, how much did I get?
Yeah.
Look what they lose.
I'm already out of there. Yeah. Escape.
Next. Close.
You know what? One thing I did this week, which was something I've never done in any video game before, and I know like a lot of consoles always would allow you to do this, and of course playing on PC now it's super easy. I shut all the music off for the game, so all I have is the sound effects, and I'm playing. I have it on Sirius XM, just playing the Turbo, which is like the hard rock station. So it's just like music kind of low, and I'm just listening to this like just rocking music while I'm playing, and it's like totally changed just my mindset. I don't know what it is about that, but it just like locks me in a little bit more, and I can, it's kind of low, but I can still hear the sound effects enough. I can hear footsteps, things like that.
I do that all the time.
See, I never did that. Like I just would never do that in a game. I always like stuck with the music. So
yeah, I haven't done that either.
So you do that a lot, Matt? That's your
Yeah, on PlayStation. Yeah, that's what I do. I have Spotify on, and I just turn off the music in game, put on a playlist, and
wow. Yes.
So it's coming through your your PlayStation headphones, like you're playing it through the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, I would almost tell people I recommend that. It's almost like even good to just like when you're getting frustrated or tilted, like it just kind of helps. I don't know. It was just helping me out.
Yeah.
I think I was watching some coaching videos and stuff this week, and one of the things they say, if you're doing that, you're supposed to pick the same songs or like listen to those while you're doing your training, the same playlist or whatever. And then
yeah, I mean that's like the thing of like take the test, study for the test where you're going to take it. Kind of the same mentality.
So then it's just, oh yes, I know how to do this, and let your brain
keep your environment the same.
Do all the things. Yeah.
Go ahead, Matt.
I didn't have
How are you guys feeling about Krakoa right now? Just in general, like of the maps. I mean, my only criticism, I would say, I think, because I mean, obviously the map's incredible. There's nothing that, still most beautiful map, I think, that they built. My only gripe, I would say, and especially this is more in the comp matches because it becomes an issue there when you have like a team kill or you get killed as a strategist or whatever, is just the walk back. Now, they do have those portals that open 20, 30 seconds in where you can kind of jump ahead a little bit. But right now, 1 week in, I'm still feeling a little bit lost in the maps, and just that the walk back still is just...
It's really just that one... There's one map that seems super far, and I'd be curious to know, like, what's the actual distance? Like, does it just seem far? Or is it actually
going down to the control point?
Yeah,
like
so it's like where you're in the cave. Yeah, that one seems super long. The other ones, the more that I've played them, I don't think that they seem as bad. But something about that one.
I think the one that's more like in the open garden is fine. But even the other one where I think, what is his name? Who's the little dragon guy? Can't remember his name.
Lockheed.
Oh, yeah.
Lockheed is. I think that one. Because there's still like some rooms you kind of go in and there's verticality to it.
I do get lost a little bit.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel right. But again, that's just, we're only 1 week into this, learning those maps. So
I don't think the Krakoa maps are meant to be sit on point maps. I think they are capture point and then push, especially with the map in the cavern, because then like it just doesn't make sense for a team to sit on point, because if the other team all comes back together, comes and wipes you, they get control, then you're all coming back together, and it's just kind of that give and take. Whereas I think the best rounds that I've been in is where once we captured the point, we started pushing towards their spawn. Not spawn camping, because you're a dirtbag if you do that. Unless if you're in comp, whatever, who cares? Playing quick play, go touch grass. But I feel like that's where the strength of it is, because it's really that domination of the entire map, not just the control point. And I think with the maps being that long, I don't know if that's the best word to choose, with the that most distance, it just makes the most sense strategically in my mind.
Some of the tips I was watching, that's exactly what they say. Don't just sit on the point, push them there, because if they do team wipe you, they still have to walk to the rest of the way to the point to capture some of the point, and then by that time you can be a lot closer back.
Okay, that's a good point.
Especially the map in the garden there, where like if you're coming from the one side, there's the wall that you have to go around into the one door. That's
funnel
that choke
into
point
the middle.
You know, it's a great choke point, which if you can, get through it, and then it's just like up the hill and around the curve to their spawn. And if you can hold that hill, round's over, guys. Like, come on.
That's a good point. Yeah, so I don't know. Again, I just feel like maybe I just need to learn the maps a little bit more. They don't. It's interesting having it come up in comp more often.
Yeah,
you see that map a lot actually in there.
Well, yeah, because they took 2 maps out, and
Shin Shibuya they took out. Didn't they? Yep.
I've been thinking, Mark, about your idea last week or whenever we were first starting to talking about the map and the beautiful art, and now I want an X-Men MMO where Krakoa is like your main hub city.
Oh, dude, that'd be so good.
Make your mutant.
You create your mutant. You come out of your little
Destiny, but
dude.
like instead, like your base is Krakoa.
Danny Koo, give me a call. Danny Koo and Guan, call us. We got you. We got you. We got the team.
Spin-off game.
Yep. One other little gripe too, and I just want to throw this out there because I don't know if anybody has had experienced this yet. Any listeners out there? It wasn't in the patch notes, and somebody over in our Discord had the same. He actually posted it first, and I had it happen like twice to me. Is Cloak and Dagger multiple times? I have gone into my as Cloak. You do your little twist, go into your kind of invincibility version, and have died in that. And I had it happen twice, like one day, and then the person in the Discord said, like, "Hey, is anybody else having this happen to you?" So I don't know if they like change. Yeah, where you like go into the shadow dimension,
and you're just dying from not getting hit.
Well, getting hit, like you're supposed, like basically you can do that, and it makes you invincible in that moment because you're in the shadow realm or whatever. And it just doesn't. And it worked always before, and now it's like nope, not working in now. So,
because you could dodge alts with that, right?
Yeah,
and as long as you're not doing
an
attack or anything.
It's been happening to me where it hasn't been like grabbing people around me, and I don't know if that's just a skill issue, which
they do need to be kind of close, with that.
No.
I don't know. Just seems like that might be something that they maybe need to look at.
Bug report.
That I will say for my weekend game, I've been playing. I haven't touched Emma Frost, White Queen, because of Instalocks, and that's fine.
Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not a tank main.
Yeah,
it's fine. Or nope. Don't worry.
This week we're doing it.
This week, through doing all the challenges and things like that, I played a lot of Magic again. I've been sticking with Magic a lot.
Wow. So see,
and then
maybe that'll happen with Cap, Matt. Maybe it'll happen with Cap.
Got my first. Don't hold your breath. My first ever MVP, because I don't MVP. That's not me. My first ever MVP is Cloak and Dagger. 39.
Oh, I saw that. That was
KOs.
Nuts.
Whoa! Wow.
Like, I want to think like 17k heals.
Nice.
Like top heals, top KOs. Yeah, quick match. I felt like I was bobbing and I don't know. The match felt so good.
Flow state.
I knew that I was doing something right because at one point, like the entire team was targeting me and ignoring the rest of my team. And I was just like, I know that I'm usually targeted because I'm a strategist, but like it was 6v1. And I was just like, I'm just a little girl dagger running away from you, and then cloak teleporting away, whatever. But I think that was like my highlight of the week.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah,
good job, dude. Good job. I thought. Yeah. What was it Overwatch we were playing when you got MVP the one time? And I was like, oh, great, Matt. And you were just like,
Definitely
what?
I've done it a few times.
I've gotten to play the game in Overwatch much more.
Yeah. Well, good job, man. That's great. That's good to hear.
That's cool.
All right. Anybody else? Anything else you want to mention here? 1 week into season 2?
I'll gush over Emma Frost for a little bit.
Yeah,
because she, like whenever I pretty much only only play tank most of the time, unless I have to do something else, then I can. But when the thing came out, I was really excited, and I was like, oh yeah, like, this is gonna be great. It just didn't click with me. Even though their thighs are probably around the same size. But it's like she what I like about her is that she's good at holding space and just kind of like just being a nuisance and unkillable. And she's great. And the biggest thing with her is her E ability, or the totem, the crystal, whatever you want to call it. That thing is a skill shot. So the biggest thing with like trying to master her or whatever, which I haven't done. I did get her to what's the one where you unlock the first kill
Centurion
thing?
No, that's higher.
I think Captain, right?
Yeah. It's Captain's the second one.
Okay.
I think it is Centurion. Whichever one unlocks your kill
one.
feed. That one. Yeah. I got her to that
one. Yeah.
And you weren't standing in like a Conquest or Doom match.
No.
Like taking turns shooting each other, which it seems
only,
like people have been doing.
Only played competitive unless
Okay.
I was playing with
Just making sure, because everybody's been doing that this week.
Our console friends here. Then we're doing some quick play. But that's my biggest challenge with her is landing that skill shot to get the crystal out. And then immediately switching to diamond form, depending on how much of the charge has been built up, because you want to try to get that charge to 100, and it will go down if you're not shooting anything, but it will stay charged. So things like pennies, mine, Loki clones, and like the rocket drone and stuff like that, I think will charge it. Groot's Wall does not charge it. Some of those things I mentioned also might not charge it. There's some that do and some that don't. I know that Groot's Wall doesn't charge it, but when you are shooting Groot's Wall, the thing about it is that it doesn't decrease. So if you're at 98, and you're shooting Groot's Wall, you're not going to go up to 100, but you're also not going to go down. And it goes down pretty quickly when you're not shooting. Also, whenever you switch into diamond form, she doesn't lose any charge that way either. So you want to try to keep the charge up. If you've got a full charge, I'll try to go for the crystal with the charge. Otherwise, I'll switch into diamond form and knock the crystal out quickly, and then dive in. I got a double kill with a kick the other day.
Nice.
One kick and 2 kills. It felt so good.
That's sweet.
Was it off the ledge, or it was
into a wall. Nice. It was on one of the spider maps. So kind of coming up the hill there. The other one. Emma Frost is great. I've had a great time.
Nice.
That's awesome. So when you're in diamond form, you can melee the totem.
Yes, and you do. It's like 2 hits, and it's done.
Oh, really?
In diamond form.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I was playing Emma, one thing I just forgot to do the
it's totem. Like the most important part of her kit is like, and it lands. It's got on like a 5 or 6 second cooldown, so you want to constantly be
all the time.
I actually, when I'm playing her, I'm counting in my head of like, all right, I used it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Use it again. Like I'm not even I'm just like scanning the area and like counting down, so I know when I can use it again. Because that's how you do the most damage with her.
Dude, I love that when you get so comfortable with a character, you just know the cooldowns. Like that's me with like Cloak and Dagger. Like I just know when, quickly to switch over to Cloak, shoot the wall, switch right back, and then I just know when it's like back up. Like in your head, you just start to get that feel for it. That's awesome. One thing with Emma, when you mentioned like her holding space, as somebody going up against her, that's I think where she's really changed the game right now, because like I've actually played a decent amount of Magneto this week too, and with him, you know, before I would just kind of be really pushing up close. But when there's an Emma on the field, like, you got to be careful because you never know when she's going to pop it in that diamond and quickly grab you and throw you down. So it's
biggest complaint as a tank has been Wolverine. Wolverine does nothing to Emma Frost. Like when she's in diamond form, his like big thing that his leap doesn't do anything to her, and she just choke slams him and punts him into a wall, and he's done.
That's every ult as Captain America today. I was chokeslammed out of it. I kid you not.
It's very satisfying to chokeslam a Jeff, Spider-Man, and just.
I mean, I wasn't mad as the Captain America either.
Also in diamond form with Jeff, when Jeff does his ultimate, if you go into diamond form, you don't get sucked up. And you can basically like stand right in the center where Jeff is going to be and just start hammering away on him.
Chokeslam him.
And you can't grab him because he's like under, but you can still do damage to him by punching.
He also
him.
has a thick neck, so I think it'd be hard to grab. You grab him by like the collar,
his
tail.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow, I guess the collar. Yeah, grab him.
Yeah, that's a hazard.
It's got that safety release thing.
Yeah.
Right?
That's funny. All right. Well, guys, that's our week in game. Let's know your thoughts. Head over to the Discord or, of course, send us a message over on Spotify. Leave us a comment over there. Let us know what you're thinking of Season 2. So, guys, let's move on here to the news in our news segment that we call the Not So Daily Bugle News.
J. Jonah Jameson here.
All right, guys. Well, we have a new patch that came to the game. So if you turn the game on here today on Thursday, you would have seen this new patch that was coming to the game. And there's a couple things coming with it, but I think the big thing that's had kind of the community going abuzz is this new color customization coming to the game. So they're releasing the ability now for players to go in and on certain skins, you will be able to kind of put these custom color combinations on there. So they said, unleash your style. Costume customization is here. You can change your favorite costumes color combos directly in the costumes tab starting April 17th. So by the time you're listening to this, it should pretty much, or it is available now, right? Actually, I think today.
There's 4 of them in the game. 4 of them in the game right now.
Choose from fresh palettes like Plasma Pulse, Phantom Purple, and more. And what we actually learned through this is that the customized color costumes are going to cost 600 unstable molecules that you have to exchange.
New currency.
So
Liberty Glorbs.
Flim-flams.
The flim-flams. This new currency is available. You can exchange it 1-for-1 for Lattice. So basically 600 of the premium points will net you. The gold points. You must first obtain the costumes before you can customize them.
That white stuff the ivy grows on.
And initially, only a select few costumes will have this feature, and they're going to expand over time. And then when you do customize it, and this I think is the part why they're slowly rolling it out, and it's not coming out to everyone initially or right away, is because it affects the intro animation, the MVP, and of course, even emotes. Now, beginning in Season 3, they're going to provide more options to obtain unstable molecules, so you'll probably be earning them in the Battle Pass or maybe events, things like that. But they said, please let us know which costumes you want to see with customized colors. So right now, who do we got? We have Magic, Psylocke, Luna, and it's Winter Soldier, right? I think is the...
Yep.
I was going to ask, who is this?
Yeah.
What costume is that?
Another white man.
So what do you guys think? What do you guys think overall of this?
I'd like to see the side by side of the original colors and these colors. The Magic one. This is her punk rock skin, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna get it, Matt?
No, I don't need the recolor. I'm good with the OG.
Yeah.
As a Magic main, I'm good with it.
That boy.
I mean, that's kind of where I am. Like, if this is now, if I'm earning this,
cool,
if I earn these, so in Season 3, when I'm able to earn this, let's say through the Battle Pass or through the event, maybe I'll do that. But right now, if I bought one of these skins, they're brand new skins practically, especially like the Winter Soldier and that. Why would I go out and immediately want to customize that? I don't really get it, I guess. And 600 Lattice, aren't there some skins that are straight up 600, right?
Else.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know. To me personally, this is not, it's like, I guess it's cool they're doing it, but I have no incentive to buy this.
Yeah. How much Lattice for a Battle Pass? Is it 1,000?
Yes. Yep.
Now, if there were color options like how Magic's new retro skin is like the All Might colors,
Oh yeah.
and you could let me make any other character All Might, sure.
All Might shader.
Yeah, give me the All Might. Give me the #1 hero shader.
Yeah.
And then you can apply it to different costumes. Yeah, I think that would be cooler. And then everybody could use the same shader and you're all kind of matching team.
Yeah. That's probably
Or hear me out. Use your Galacta's.
Oh yeah, Will of Galacta.
Use your Twitch drop skins.
Yeah.
I mean, really, yeah, you could end up just doing that. This works kind of like for people, and we've mentioned Destiny here on the show before, but it works like shaders in Destiny. So you're not really picking the colors piecemeal that you want. It's like, hey, here's this color palette essentially that you're getting, and this is what the skin is going to end up being.
Yeah.
Maybe they drop it that way, and you would earn like how in Destiny you earn colorways.
Shader.
Yeah, shaders. Like maybe that's something they do instead. I think that'd be sick.
I mean, that would be cool if they drop like in like post match every once in a while. You just get a little drop of some sort of cosmetic or something at the end of the match. That'd be cool.
I don't know. So I get that you have to pay for them. You know, I as much as I would have loved for this to be free, there was no way it was going to be. But I don't know how I feel about it being a separate currency. I guess it kind of depends on how we're able to obtain that currency, because they say that, you know, there will be and I feel like I do need to give them the benefit of the doubt at this point with stuff like this, because so far I feel like they've been pretty fair with most of the stuff.
They have
microtransaction wise. It's just when they announce something like this, my immediate thought is, I don't like that.
What is this? Our 4th or 5th new currency?
Yeah, and so it's like, I'm glad that you
right?
can do it, but do we really need
too many
another
slices.
one? Like, why can't we just use the blue currency for these?
Yeah,
why do we need another color currency?
I mean, I would think the argument would be is, number one, this is like par for the course for free to play games, right? There's always different currencies in that thrown in there, like 15 different currencies by the end of the game's life. But I think it's a way for them to be able to run an event and then allow players to then earn these, you know, which in the same sense is a good thing, right? You can pay for it if you want, but we're going to give you options starting in season 3, because this is new now. We're going to give you more skins that you can do it with, and we're going to give you just ways to acquire those either through the battle pass or, like I said, I bet I could see them doing an event, and kind of like we had the Galacta's Cosmic Adventure
game.
And on that, on that board, you could have earned 300 of the flim flams. Or
that's why I really think I'm going to reserve my opinion until we see what the currency's like, and until we see what ways we'll be able to earn it.
Yeah.
Then we'll see how it goes. But I'll give them the benefit of the doubt for now. I think it's fine.
Now, if Magic in this colorway had like black hair or red hair, you might get me.
Get a super matte shader.
I did see one of the tweets that they put out talking about the unstable molecules and all that. The Sentinels rival team put a picture underneath that, and it was
that's happening.
Lava thing, and it was the red and black thing, and it looks incredible.
Whenever like the esports really takes off, there will be, like buy the Sentinels
Team
package
colors.
or whatever.
Yeah, the optic pack.
At this point, they're all, just like their team photoshopping pictures and, like recoloring stuff, but they look so hard. Like the Emma Frost Sentinel skin, holy moly. If that ever becomes a thing.
Yep. Some of these will be pretty sweet.
One thing with the molecules and you're earning them in events, that's just those times where you're earning those, you could be earning blue nits instead, right? So you're going to be earning less blue nits because you're earning these.
That's a good point.
And then I can't earn my blue nits to get my free skins. I earn my...
We'll see.
I
don't like that, but we'll see what it
just give me a loot box.
Let's wait. Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Again, like the Cosmic Adventure had it all, right? It had everything on there.
Yeah.
So you just had to play some games and you were gonna get that. But I don't know. We'll see when this all rolls out. And really, I'm more interested in what's gonna come with season 3 with this, because as of right now, I have no interest in spending any lattice on this stuff. Any lattice I'm spending is gonna be on skins.
I don't have any of these skins, so
and that too. I don't have any of the skins.
I'm glad that we were kind of thinking about it last week. Will they just charge full price for these costumes as alternates? But no, you buy that.
That's good. That's a plus for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Speaking of skins, of course, we had, or actually, here, hold on. We did actually get a question I pulled in here. This is from Devilry over in the Discord. She said, question for the pod. What do all you think of the recolored skins? Is there anything you can think of being improved, or do you wish they waited longer to be released when they had at least one per character like she does? So I'm kind of with her on that. Like, I kind of wish they just kind of
why
waited.
now? Why
rush it?
Yeah.
I mean, just, I guess,
Release,
financially.
that's what I'm saying is
starting.
kind of like release it with the currency, release it with whatever you have that's in the pipeline already. I don't know. Maybe there's people out there that are really itching to change up their colors. And
well, I think it's also keeping your name in the news cycle, because we have
for sure.
Stadium mode that's dropping in Overwatch next week. And so that's been a lot of the talk in the shooter space this week.
Right.
With creators getting their hands on the preview mode and that being a big thing. And so, but also this is kind of like a gimme. If they need to, skip a week in announcing a new skin, they can just be like, hey, we've got a recolor coming this week, instead of a whole brand new skin, buying themselves some time to space out those drops if they need to.
Well, you know what, Matt? This week is not one of those weeks to
they
hold
did
off
both.
on skins, because we got new skins coming to the game yet again. We have a Penny skin and a Doctor Strange skin coming this week, and they said 2 worlds collide in a clash of myth and madness, harness chaos, with Doctor Strange in the multiverse of madness enjoying the Sujugumo? How do you say that? Suchigumo spirits with Penny Parker's mystical Yatsugagi.
We apologize to
the mountain awakens and the multiverse breaks, and I pronounced that horrendously. But yeah, so we have Doctor Strange.
I'll provide pronos before the next episode. Don't worry.
Matt, do you want to go ahead and read maybe the Penny thing? No.
I can. Do you want me to give it the old college try?
Yes. The master puppeteer controls her own fate in the yokai-infested Kirasaki Mountain.
Kirasaki Mountain, Penny Parker has repurposed her late father's lion dance costume into a wooden puppet creature with the mystically infused mud of the mountain. Many of the peaceful Tsuchigumo gathered together to her and helped her build her clever spider chamber, concealing them as they patiently await the onset of the Yakiyagyo. Embrace the lioness within you and take charge of your destiny as Penny Parker's Yatsuhagi costume, designed by Peach Momoko, making its debut appearance in Marvel Rivals Season 2.
You're hired.
Well,
that was
done,
amazing.
I think.
Good job.
I think it's all about
enough.
just confidence. I think
you're very confident.
Even if
confident
it's incorrect, you just hard sell it.
This skin is pretty sweet. Let's be honest. It's cool.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
I like it
very,
a lot.
very cool.
There's actually not many Penny skins I like yet, but this one is. I like it a lot.
I love that it's wooden.
Yeah.
Oh,
does it make? Have we noticed or learned? Like, does it make like wood sounds, like when it steps, or like when it?
That'd be interesting.
Clinks?
Oh, that'd be sick. Final Hex Girl in the Discord says she just bought it, so I'm interested to see if there are any custom sound effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it looks awesome. Even Penny herself looks great. Like her costume, I'm just on top of just the spider's costume. Yeah, they again nailed it with this.
There's
one.
also a bundle deal that they announced of the Doctor Strange, Zombie, and Scarlet Witch costume from Multiverse of Madness. They're a deal bundle right now, I think.
Yep.
I would like. We're going to talk about the Doctor Strange one soon, but for Penny, like she's my fallback. This is the.
She's not your main this week.
She's my fallback main.
She's your sneaky
rebound
2 weeks from now.
And this is the most interested I've been in actually, putting forward the money that I don't have in blue knits. So I might be getting that. And something that also I really like too is if you actually look at the video of what it looks like while you play her, she's got like just the mop of hair on the head of the robot. Just awesome. It's kind of like Thor. He had that big fur coat kind of thing too. You see the physics of the hair moving around. I think that's really cool.
Like they're going to show up in Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. Tanjiro's going to be on his last leg, and then all of a sudden you hear something heavy land, and you look up and you see this penny skin standing above you.
Yeah.
So cool.
Let's see. The Doctor Strange, they said, embrace the madness. This time it's going to take more than killing me to kill me. Inspired by Marvel Studios' Doctor Strange of the Multiverse of Madness, 2022. The Sorcerer Supreme returns with a vengeance and a look twisted by shattered realities. Channel the unstable power of the multiverse and Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness costume. Chaos, ambition, and shadow woven into one unrelenting force. This skin's pretty sweet, guys, and I am like
so good.
right on the fence of buying this one. Like it is, it looks so good. The emote is sick. All the different hands and all that. Like that's the part that I love the most about it. Is just all the hands and they're moving the fingers.
Does his when he does his ultimate, you know, he does like the big sweeping like things with both of his arms. Like it's just arms going everywhere whenever he does that.
Cape looks great.
This would be a perfect like Halloween thing. I don't know, maybe it wasn't ready in time. Well, I guess the game wasn't out in Halloween, so
nope.
I just watched it. Like I'm started watching The Last of Us that's coming out now, and all the creepy zombies and clickers and that. This gives me those kind of vibes. This is super like dark and gruesome.
Yep, and that MVP screen just looks awesome. Just sick. But yeah, both those are available in game now. Are they? Or actually now? Or yeah, they're out now, right? I think they probably just came
April
out.
18th.
Okay.
2 a.m. 2 o'clock UTC.
Yep.
So that should be now.
Now, yeah. Usually before we go on air, these are
7
out.
p.m. 79 10. Yeah, 10 p.m.
And like Matt said, there is going to be a bundle with Scarlet Witch, so you can get both those from the film, which is pretty cool.
His cape's got like a galaxy thing too.
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
but it's almost like, what do you want to say, hell or like a demon world, like, kind of in the background there. It's crazy. Back to the patch notes, we did have a couple fixes, nothing major, but again, we had the classic patch note. What do you want to say? Alliterations, or just funny names. So the fastball fumble, Wolverine's Colossum comeback,
more like fastball fumble.
Banner's Hulk smash fix, and Spider Island Resurrection reboot. So a couple changes in there. Now they did also release. We mentioned it last week. This experimental feature with the Switch shader compilation mode. I guess this was, and you guys kind of laughed when I said it, for people with lower end PCs, but essentially that's what it was people were finding, I guess, if you had the lower end PCs, and every time the game was loading, it was like just compiling those shaders. That I guess it had like memory leak or something that was happening for those folks. So essentially, it only does it just on the first time when entering the game on a new version of the game, or there's a graphics driver update, and hopefully that's going to work for some folks.
In the patch, it says recommended if you have 16 gigabytes of RAM or less.
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably me. I should try it. I will report back next week to see if this lets my game run properly.
Have you had like FPS drops or frozen screens? That's what it says. If you've had FPS drops, frozen screens, frequent crashes, consider activating this experimental feature. So have you had any? I think
the biggest thing is loading into the map. Like I'm still loading and the game has started, and I can hear the sounds of like ready, fight, or whatever, and I'm just like still in my percentage loading bar. So
yeah, that happens to me too when I play on PC.
Yeah, so I will see if I can get this going and report back next week.
Yeah, let us know, because they did say Guan's on it, and the team is continually striving to tackle technical issues with the precision of Stark's tech and the resolve of Captain America. So they're serious about this.
That's America's hero
battle.
There.
Yep. Let's see. Also, right now, actually, if you're listening live, might be over by the time you're going to be tuning into this, but there is a Emma Frost Discord quest that is happening right now. It actually ends at 10 a.m. Pacific on April 18th. So it'll be 1 o'clock Eastern. All you have to do is play Rivals for 15 minutes with Discord open. So this also goes on console as well. I think you actually pick in Discord whether you're going to be playing on console or on PC. And you get this little Emma Frost avatar decoration.
You don't even have to have Discord open. You can go in there. Well, you have to have it linked to...
It says play 15 minutes with Discord open to earn the limited time Emma Frost avatar decoration.
If you're a console player, you can play and then just go in and refresh the quest, and it will
really
fetch data from your connected console.
Oh, nice.
It'll I'll give it to you.
Nice. So
yeah, I'm sporting mine.
Yeah, you are over
Cool.
Discord.
Emma Frost
And if
just
you have
hanging out by
Discord
your knee pad.
Nitro, you can keep it because it is a temporary ornament.
Oh, so it goes away if you don't have Nitro?
Yeah, eventually. I think it's after a month or so.
I didn't know
That's
they did
super
that.
lame.
That's to try and get you to buy Nitro, I guess. Is that how you got your fancy Oni thing? And
Oh
your
yeah.
intro
Oh
music?
no, I just bought that from the Discord shop.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Also, we mentioned last week, but the Twitch drops are still going. So if you want your Namor Will of Galacta spray, the Namor Will of Galacta nameplate, the Namor Galacta Gleam emote, or the Will of Galacta costume, it is running now all the way until April 30th. Get over there. I think 30 minutes gets you the spray, 1 hour gets you the nameplate, 2 hours gets you the emote, and 4 hours, as usual, gets you the skin. So be sure to get over there to get access.
This skin looks good. This costume looks good in game.
Yep.
I think a lot better than a lot of the other ones.
Yep.
And don't be like Ken's and remember to claim it so you don't lose
Yeah, I
it.
forgot to claim the last one, so it's gone
you lose
forever.
it?
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh man, that
Because they
sucks.
send you a little in-game message. Is that what you didn't claim?
Yep,
The
I didn't
in-game
click claim.
now?
Gotta
Now
claim
it's
that
gone.
costume.
I did not. Yeah. She's very upset with me now.
So learn from his mistakes.
You'll get him next time.
Get them next time. Let's see. We also have coming. We had announced this week some new Peach Momoko covers exclusive to some Marvel comics. So Matt, you want to take this over? I know you were stoked about this. They're coming in June.
Yeah, so there's the new Marvel Rivals comic that's it's another one shot coming out in June. And just like how they did with how Marvel Comics did with the physical release of the Infinity comic, all 5 of those issues in one physical release this last month. They did a couple variants for that, but then the month before they did about 6 or 7 variants of different characters, kind of like concept art on different Marvel comic books. So the Incredible Hulk had Marvel Rivals Hulk variant cover. The Magic comic had, Magic Rivals art. And so it's a new wave of art because Peach Momoko is writing this book, but it's also all the costumes that are going to be released later this year that are getting their own variants. We don't have final cover art yet, but the costumes that we're going to see are Punisher, Loki, Luna Snow, Penny, Hela, and I believe Spider-Man.
That's Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's the Battle Pass, the first skin you get.
Yeah.
So you said Peach Momoko's writing the comic. Which comic?
She's writing the Marvel Rivals specific issue that's coming out in June. That these skins these costumes are featured in.
And you said that's separate from the Infinity comic.
Correct. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, it looks like these are going to be on Amazing Spider-Man number 5, Amazing Spider-Man number 6, Bring on the Bad Guys, Doom number 1.
That sounds sweet.
Daredevil, Cold Day in Hell number 3, Immortal Thor 24, and Spider-Girl number 1. So these look sick, dude. They look pretty good. Coming in June, right? They said these are going to be variants coming
to the same time that other books.
Yeah, so
out.
these I expect these to drop, June, probably July as well.
Cool. Let's see. We also had this week, guys, new issues of Rivals, the Marvel Rivals Infinity comic. Did we talk about issue 7 last week? I was trying to think.
I don't remember.
I think we had it in the rundown, but I kind of skipped over it. That's why I had a 7 and 8 in here. But both issues are out, and Ken's, I think you hit it right, that it's kind of cool to finally be reading the comic and have it be relevant to the season that we're in right now. Because like the last one, or the first 6 issues were just kind of like, hey, we're in Tokyo 2099, but we're all just kind of having fun and we're just writing a comic to show you like what our ultimates are and like who we are and all that.
Yeah.
Where this is the Hellfire Gala that we see in game happening. And it's incredibly cool. Like this is kind of what I wanted, I think.
Yeah,
out of
it's
this
like you're
comic
getting
so far.
more context of the lore through the comic than is in the. It's like because there's a lore page now about Wolverine and Magic and Psylocke and Namor. Like that was this week, I think, when you finished the event. And then like that's in this comic kind of, you know, it kind of ends, the issue 7 ends with that. And you see all of them in like the new costumes and stuff.
Like in issue 8, I'm reading it and they had the costumes on and I'm like, I know how they got those costumes.
Yeah, it's like
I know
it's
because
like
it was from the
lore
game.
page. It's like that lore page was like like the timeline. It's like issue 7 lore page, issue 8.
Yep. Very cool. Very, very cool. Just kind of the way they're playing it out. Now, issue 8, I do urge people, again, you can find these over in Marvel Unlimited, but the way issue 8, there's a couple things going on. So there's, at one point, you have Thing, Squirrel Girl, Jeff, and Rocket all just
having a party,
chilling at the beach, as Ultron is sending all his bots and everybody
peacefully unaware
the Hellfire Gala. But those are the skins that I'm assuming we're going to get in the game, because we see that the rocket you see on the front page is kind of like the rocket I think you see on the beach, right? Isn't that the same skin?
Yeah,
skin?
I bet that'll be part of the swimsuit issue drop that Danny Koo teased.
Yeah. But I mean, do we want to mention how issue 8 ends? Because that was like,
you can skip ahead like a minute or two if you don't want to hear the ending,
because it also gives context then for what happens in the game on the Krakoa map. So the way issue 8 ends is it Emma that says it, right? I think so. You have, Storm and Emma are kind of ahead of the X-Men here in Krakoa, and Emma basically realizes that Ultron is headed to the garden to what's called
the cradle.
That's not the cradle, right?
Yeah.
To get the Cerebro helmet that's there, of course, that's on the control point that we see in the game, and to stop him from doing that, she basically says, like, we need to go there, destroy Cerebro, but in doing so, we can no longer be resurrected, because that's the whole point of Krakoa and kind of this era of X-Men, is that they could die and be resurrected because all their consciousness and everything about them is stored in that Cerebro. And Ultron is trying to get that, essentially, in that if they destroy it, they're essentially killing themselves as well, Emma says. And maybe not right now, she says, but she's like, when we die, then we officially die. They're going to give up the right for them to be able to be resurrected. And that's how the comic ends. And I don't know what it was about that. That kind of hit me hard.
Good.
I was like, wow. Like, so that's what we're fighting for on that map, is to save that Cerebro and stop Ultron from getting it. And depending on how you do in that match, you see Ultron does get the helmet.
Yeah.
So where is this going with the story is my question, I guess.
I'm glad you explained that, Mark, because what I knew about Cerebro was just from the movies, right? Professor X uses it to find the mutants. I didn't realize that now it's being used as like it's
a database,
lifeline,
essentially.
Right. Yeah. Because it connects all the mutants, just the mutant gene, and you can find them. But can non-mutants use it? Like, can Ultron put it on and like find the mutants?
I mean, the way that map ends, he does. So
yeah,
it seems like Ultron wants to not necessarily find them, but like take control, almost like mind control.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, because let's look at some of the skins that we have coming up. There's the Hulk skin, right, where he has all the mechanical. We were just calling them like cyberpunk Banner.
Yeah,
maybe that's it. So Ultron takes over Cerebro, and then in doing so, then is able to take over Hulk, even though Hulk, I guess, isn't a mutant, but is somehow.
Or maybe that version of Hulk could be like immune to Ultron's stuff, because he's already like part robot or something.
But I don't know. I was like, wow, this is kind of a crazy ending to this, what I thought was just like a throwaway series up to this point.
It's good now.
Like, these books are good.
I don't know how I feel about the art style though. It's a little off for me. I'm not feeling the character design.
Simple? Is it too like simple maybe?
Yeah, I don't. It's like almost too cartoony. Like it's like
I
don't know.
I agree.
Not feeling it.
What were you gonna say, Matt? About it?
It's inconsistent as well, I feel, with like because Emma Frost will look completely different on one page versus another page. Like clearly it's her because of the costume and everything, but the face is different or the proportions are different, and it's there's just like a lack of consistency, which I can see why you wouldn't mainline publish this because I personally don't feel that it's at print book quality, but and like I don't want to seem like a downer. I feel like it's a super generous read of the end of issue 8. I felt like it was and maybe that's just me not being in the right headspace reading it, but I was just like, oh, this seems like a little bit of a cop-out. I was more impressed by the fact that Storm kind of mentions the island's been evacuated, so we're the only ones here on the island. Kind of, but that's not even true because on the battle map, you can look off in the distance and you see people still partying down, fireworks or whatever. But I thought that was more impressive than like the end of the comic because I was like, but what would he want with it? So I guess we'll just have to keep reading to find out.
And see. Yeah, I think I was just more surprised at how it was like pulling in. Like once I realized, like, oh, that's the end of that map, that domination map. It just was like, okay, we're finally now telling a story that's happening in the season that we're in. Like we mentioned, the lore page literally happened like in between these two issues coming out, and timeline wise fits right into it. Makes me wonder the next gala event, which I think actually is either unlocking tomorrow, right? Yeah. What is that going to be? Like, is that going to be mentioning this
magic?
I don't know. We just got to wait and see. But I think they're doing a pretty good job so far, at least this go around.
Pretty cool
with the comic. So, all right, guys. Well, that's going to do it, I think, for us for the news. You know what time it is then? That means it is time for our lore segment that we call the Cerebro Files. All right. Well, as promised, this week we're giving you some Venom lore. But first, I know, Matt, at the end of the show last week, we kind of mentioned a little thing that you had going on coming up soon. But I do want to maybe have you plug it here for everybody in case they missed it last week and didn't stick around to the very end.
Definitely. So the second to last week in May, May 23rd through 25th, I'm going to be at MomoCon in Atlanta. It's one of the largest anime and gaming conventions in the South, running some sessions of the Marvel Multiverse RPG, specifically a brand new adventure that I wrote called Infection Point Wakanda, a Rivals Assemble adventure. So it is based in the world of Marvel Rivals, has to do with some corruption and an infection that's spreading throughout the intergalactic empire of Wakanda. And you are part of a team assembled by Princess Shuri to help her put a stop to what is going on. But it could have some long-lasting repercussions for Wakanda. Ooh. And before coming and playing, you got to ask yourself, are you ready to take out the Black Panther? And if you want to, can you? Ooh. So, yeah, there are going to be 3 chances to play. You can hit up the MomoCon website or message me for more details.
Awesome.
Are you doing original characters for that? Or is it going to be like pre-made?
These are pre-made because sessions will involve teaching the system and then all playing together. So about 3 to 4 hours.
Gotcha.
Are they original characters or going to be other Marvel characters?
So it's a specific set of characters. It is Iron Man, Spider-Man, Magic, Luna, Rocket, and Hulk from the RPG, specifically kitted out to mimic the loadouts they have in Marvel Rivals.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So nice.
All right. Well, let's talk some Venom, Matt. What do you got for everybody here tonight when it comes to?
Okay, so Venom. We're not talking about we're talking about the symbiote Venom tonight. We're not specifically going into the history of Eddie or Flash Thompson or anybody like that, because more important than any of them is Venom, I feel. So Venom is a symbiote that was hatched. And when, we are not really sure. And the one thing that I've come to realize as I've read Venom books over the years is that I don't think Marvel ever thought that the Venom lore would ever become so expanse and cosmic reaching. And if you are up on current Venom books, then you're probably like, yeah, dude. So my first interaction with Venom was in the 1993 or might have been 95 Spider-Man animated series.
Same.
Awesome. Seeing Spider-Man go compete on Battle World, defeat the Beyonder, bring home the black suit, and then the classic clock tower scene where it drips down and envelops Eddie Brock and turns him into the villain Venom. But the actual symbiote, over time, however old it is, it's had its memories erased, modified, altered numerous times. So I personally love an unreliable narrator, and that's exactly what the Venom symbiote is. So not being able to know who you are or exactly what has happened to you, just kind of playing it by ear as we go along. There are a few sparse memories that the symbiote has hatching on Clintar, but also because it's part of this hive mind of symbiotes, it has memories of Gore the God Butcher, famously played by Christian Bale in Marvel Studios' Thor: Love and Thunder, starring Natalie Portman. Being born or being on that homeworld where it is said the first symbiote was born. But basically, living amongst the other symbiotes, it refused to, I guess, follow the will of Null, their leader slash god slash it's complicated. And so eventually over time, split apart from them, was captured by some Kree scientists who took it and bonded it to one of their soldiers as kind of like a stealth agent, which, and that was kind of like their ace in the bag for their unit. Later bonded to another unnamed alien who used it to carry out some atrocities, including genocide against its own species.
Oh boy.
And so we see these different facets of it being used as a tool for destruction, and the effect that it's having on the psyche of this very sentient being whose all like entire purpose has been raised to dominate, basically. You think about the nature of the symbiote, how it's portrayed in the early days of comics and even in a lot of media, is that if I don't get rid of this, it's going to take me over and I'm going to lose who I am and I will become this. Well, that's
Right.
that's what the symbiote is supposed to do. But Venom actually kind of fought against that the entire time as much as it could. It always expressed this desire to protect its hosts, which made it different from the rest of the symbiotes, to the point where the Venom symbiote was imprisoned. We don't know the real name of symbiotes, of any of them, other than like the name they're given, like their code name. So Venom, I'll just call him that.
Who gave him that? I guess.
Like that's what when the symbiote joined with Eddie Brock, that was we are Venom. That was like, it's kind of like a thing they pick out, I guess.
Cool.
But like whether or not these symbiotes actually have a name, that could be a whole conversation as well. But they're a sentient entity, so it would stand to reason that they should be afforded an identifying name.
Sure.
But because of its difference from the rest of its kind, it was put in their form of prison, which ended up on Battle World, used by the Beyonder in Secret Wars. That's where Spider-Man, Peter Parker, famously found his black suit that gave him a little bit more edge in battle. But what was happening was the symbiote's power was assimilating into Peter Parker's very genes, to the point where he threw it away, learning that it was alive and sentient. These classic fears: it's going to take me over, it's going to permanently bond to me. that enter Eddie Brock. Symbiote sensed his anger and bonded to him because it was this strength that he felt. And over time, with Eddie Brock, Venom's bloodlust and hunger grew even worse, till it grew too much for even Eddie Brock, to the point where he separated from it. And over the years, there have been a bunch of different hosts for Venom, which I'll detail in a moment. It was after that the symbiote found Matt Gargan, famously known as Scorpion. Yeah, I almost
that was super surprising to me when I read about that. I didn't hear anything. Yeah, that's the first time I'm hearing about that.
And that was more recent during the Siege arc with the Dark Avengers, and with Gargan being, I think it's fair to say that struggled with mental stability.
Okay.
Some real opportunities for some self-care there. Basically the more enraged and the more violent the host is, the more it kind of intensified these feelings within Venom.
Did he keep the scorpion tail with the Venom suit?
It depended, because so in the Dark Avengers arc, they all at one point were like parading as the Avengers, Norman Osborn's Avengers. Like he even had so it's a great arc. This is a story for another time though. So so originally they all started out looking more clean cut like the Avengers, and then kind of developed into their darker personas.
That sounds awesome.
But it was taken from Matt Gargan after the Dark Avengers were disassembled, and eventually after that given to Flash Thompson. And that's where we get Agent Venom. Notably, Agent Venom only used the symbiote for like 48 hours at a time, so that he wouldn't become permanently bonded to it. Eventually this changed. He was also kind of, they drugged the Venom symbiote a little bit. In the comics, they kind of refer to it as like a partial lobotomy to kind of like keep him tampered down. And this is where Venom really started to experience a little bit of change, because Flash, kind of a war hero. He was a soldier.
Amputee.
Yes, amputee, notably. And this really encouraged Venom to see all living things in kind of a different light. After this, we go into outer space. They join the Guardians of the Galaxy. And this is, while cruising the cosmos, this is where Venom starts to hear like the siren call of Clintar, which happens to be like the beginning echoes of like, which would be Null waking up. Corruption deepens in Venom more and more. And we eventually, after being separated from Flash Thompson, a couple more people, we get back to Eddie Brock. At the same time, we discover when, how do I explain this? When Venom was separated from Eddie Brock during a time when he was undergoing cancer treatment, the cancer treatment transformed what was remaining of Venom in his bloodstream, kind of like Flash reversed it. And so it gained these massive healing properties and would become what we know as anti-Venom. So think of like Venom Vanguard, but strategist, with the ability to heal basically anything and produce this serum which could heal anything. After this, we experience the the waking of Null. Null attacks Earth. Venom and Eddie Brock become the god of the symbiotes, basically, and the Venom symbiote is passed down to his son, Dylan, who is technically Venom's son as well, because I'll explain that. Maybe stepson. And most recently in comics, I'll stop there with kind of the lore, because we just got through an event called the Venom War, which kind of is like, think Endgame, but just Venom and all the symbiotes, and pretty epic, deserving of its own, thing itself. But most recently in comics, there's a book that is, I believe the 5th issue just came out. It's called All New Venom, where after the events of Venom War, Venom separated from Eddie Brock, separated from his son, and has a brand new host, which I can reveal if we would like.
All New Venom you're talking about?
All New Venom.
Yeah, it's in Unlimited now. I think issue 2 or 3 just came out this weekend on Unlimited. So they're already, I know, ahead.
Issue 5 is the reveal. So if you haven't been reading, they keep it under wraps for quite a while. They give you a lot of red herrings and a lot of misdirects, but Venom has some kids. Symbiotes can spawn. And so there is Carnage, Scream, Lasher, Phage, Agony, Riot, Sleeper, Sliver, and then Hybrid, which is kind of a combination of a few of them, and Dylan Brock. So when at one point, Eddie Brock's wife, Anne Whaling, becomes She-Venom. And when Venom leaves her, there's still some genetic material left over. And so when she and Eddie Brock consummate their relationship, a little bit of Venom gets mixed in there. And so Dylan is born with the ability to mentally control symbiotes. So, Daddy Venom. So yeah,
it's her codex. The Venom codex was still because that's whenever a symbiote attaches to you, the codex remains.
Yes, that's it. There's so much, like, you could just stay in the Venom corner of the Marvel universe and have material forever.
Dude, and that's so funny because it was never like you mentioned, like they had no idea what they were kind of getting into. And like I remember as a kid just being like, I had a poster on my wall that was probably from like 93 or 94 and it was Venom, but there was no like Venom books to read. The only time you would see Venom was in Spider-Man comics. And then there was a couple
evil Spider-Man. Yeah.
There was a couple little like mini issues that they did. I remember at one point, probably early 2000s, like going onto eBay and ordering like 6 issues of this miniseries that came out, and it was just like, I don't even, didn't they do like the Lethal Protector? I think was maybe a miniseries they did back then, but I don't think that's what it was. I think it was just Venom, and it was literally 6 issues, and it was like nothing happened, and then suddenly it was like in the late 20-aughts. Or the 2010s is when they started suddenly they just like took the lid off it. And I really think what it was people that started coming into place at Marvel, like loved the character from the 90s like me. And because now they were old enough and taking over at Marvel, it was like, no, dog, like this character is great. Like we're going to start now writing our own.
Part of it was the Hot Topic generation as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Because think about it, like you got all these gnarly images that Marvel can slap on a t-shirt and open themselves up to an entirely new clientele which they might not even have.
He's just cool. Venom is just cool when you look at him. It's crazy.
So real quick, just a few of the hosts that it's had over the years: Peter Parker, Eddie Brock, Ben Reilly, Scarlet Spider, Peter Parker's clone, Anne Whaling, She-Venom, Matt Gargan, Carol Danvers.
Whoa.
This is actually a sick panel during the Siege event. When it's separated from Matt Gargan, it senses the power in Captain Marvel, and it's like, she's perfect, and like latches onto her, and she's basically like, no, and like bursts with energy and like burns him off. and goes back and attaches to Matt Gargan. It's pretty sick. Thunderbolt Ross, and so we have Venom Red Hulk.
Oh, really?
On a couple different occasions. Yeah. Because Thunderbolt Ross is trying to get the symbiote for the government. And so he's, chasing him down. Doc Ock as the superior Spider-Man becomes superior Venom at one point. Malekith during the War of the Realms captures Venom. And Gore the God Butcher, his weapon is known as the All Black, and it's the
Necro
sword. Yeah, made out of a living symbiote, and so Malekith basically wants the same thing. But they break him out, and the team specifically handling, it's just a little tiny baby event, War of the Realms. At one point, Rocket, Drax, and Groot all become infected with Venom specifically. It's a funny panel exchange where Venom is like trying to take over each of them, and it's kind of like hot potato. And they're like, nope. It finally infects Groot, and it's pretty sick shot. Dylan Brock, and then do I spoil it here? The most recent Venom?
I mean, do it. I think it's
okay. You have. I'm gonna count down from 3, 2. Skip this if you don't want to know who the most recent Venom is and avoid comic spoilers. 3, 2, 1. Mary Jane Watson.
crazy.
And to find out how that happens, you need to read the book.
Crazy.
Pretty sick,
man. Well,
there's that.
You got me there.
Yeah. So just a couple comic recommendations. I'll keep this short. Good event is Separation Anxiety from 1994. This is one of the first times that Eddie Brock and Venom split. And basically what the writers are doing here is showing us how they were kind of like the perfect match for each other. This also gave us our first big look at the Life Foundation and the symbiotes like Scream and Riot, and kind of like that first confirmation that we had that not all symbiotes are evil, like Carnage, because he's bad.
Yeah.
The first proper Venom appearance is the Amazing Spider-Man 300. We get this cool monstrous costume, making him one of the biggest, initially villains in the Marvel Universe. I think kind of what you were talking to, Mark, in the early 2010s was the Venom 2011 run, that when it eventually switched to Flash Thompson. I think that was when it kind of blew up, because that was a big deal, bringing Flash Thompson back into prominence after never having really done.
I would say
anything.
A character that was just the bully in high school for Peter Parker, and it was like, wait a minute, now you're bringing him back. He's this war hero, amputee, and now he's working with the government, and Venom is with him. Like that was just this weird, but it was great. Like I love that book. It's awesome.
Well, as part of this run, Venom goes to Hell, and fights the forces of Hell with Red Hulk, Ghost Rider, and X-23. Currently, Laura Kinney Wolverine.
That sounds amazing.
So,
I'm in.
yeah, and then I would be remiss to not mention probably the best run of Venom of all time. That's my personal bias, Donny Cates' 2018 run, which includes a look at another Venom host named Rex Strickland, who bonded with symbiote during the Vietnam War, and kind of use that in the war, which I thought was always interesting. You got our King in Black event, Venom War,
Absolute Carnage.
Carnage. Carnage. We could.
Yeah, that's a maximum
Carnage.
Carnage.
Is its
That's
own
another.
thing.
Yeah, that's.
But Absolute Carnage leads into like directly. It's like that's
King
all
in
Donny
Black.
Cates stuff, like directly into King.
Yeah, there's
King
a
in
good
Black.
reading list on Marvel Unlimited that is like it's like 4 or 5 consecutive events. It's so good. I love that cover. And that's the first appearance of Null, right?
This is first appearance in Null. Yeah, you see like tiny little Spider-Man up there underneath Venom. He's like getting eaten by him.
Oh, so good.
Is that signed?
Yeah, signed by Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman.
That's sweet, man.
No big.
Big deal. Something that I found interesting in my research this week is Venom as a character was originally submitted as part of a contest for Marvel. So it was some random fan was like, hey, you should do like a black Spider-Man and make him look cool and all this stuff. And so Marvel bought the rights to the character Venom from this random fan for like $200 is what they say. And he shouldn't have sold it. Well, should ask for like a percentage of all the money Venom was going to make in the next little bit. But
well, yeah, it says an original idea for a new costume, and the guy just said make them black and white, and they paid him $220. Like that's crazy. And then really,
that'd be like a sick keepsake though.
I mean, the symbiote was from Secret Wars, right? Was where
that's where Black Suit first showed up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. He's an awesome character, man. And I mean, we can talk about the movies, obviously. Like
we could.
I mean, Spider-Man 3 in terms of Venom's portrayal. I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about Venom's portrayal.
I don't like Spider-Man 3.
You bite your tongue.
Come on, dude. The worst.
There's way too much stuff going on in that movie.
Yeah. There's a lot of great memes from that.
The Venom's terrible in that. And then even, I'm going to be honest, like the Venom movies, I was super excited for. I got through the first one and enjoyed it. Second one was just, I don't know. And then I tried watching the third one recently when I hit Netflix because I didn't go to theaters to see it and was like, their portrayal of Eddie Brock, especially in the third movie of making him like this buffoonish character, just was not. I was like, I can't watch this.
Yeah, that's not Eddie Brock to me at all. And I love Tom Hardy.
Me too.
Like, it's incredible. The writing for Eddie Brock in those movies is not.
That was Tom Hardy writing.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So not for me. He should.
In the third, I guess you didn't make it through much of it, but I know at the end of the second movie they had a tease that Spider-Man was going to be in the next one. Did he make it into the third? Like,
nope.
Tom Holland? No.
Nope. It was just one that kind of brings it's something that kind of brings it into the MCU.
It's part of the same universe,
Yeah.
Right.
I would have loved. What originally got me into Venom, because I'm a journalist myself, is that Eddie Brock is a photojournalist, and I would have loved like a hard-hitting like political thriller, but put like Venom in the middle of it, And so like this investigative journalism happening, which we kind of got in the first one, but like more serious.
Yeah.
Raise the stakes and don't cop out for the comedy. I don't need it to be like R-rated blade, blood, and stuff like that, but take it seriously and give Venom that respect that he's earned over the years.
Yeah, what Venom I did like though was the 90s Spider-Man cartoon. Right. I like that little
Venom
arc
was terrifying.
where the shuttle crashes and the symbiote's on the shuttle like that.
Yeah.
For a while was like my actual origin for Venom. I was like, I like that. Like that's a great idea. Like the ship comes back and it was J. Jonah Jameson's son, I think is who they had. He was on that shuttle and the symbiote was on there. It was like a 3 or 4 episode arc too. It was great.
And Marvel Spider-Man 2, the video game.
Oh,
holy moly!
Yeah,
yes.
Venom. That is.
Venom. Oh my gosh!
Yeah. Other than comics, like that's where you go for Venom.
Masterful writing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Those games in general are great, and I know we all are excited for what Wolverine's going to be when that finally comes out. They're killing it with those.
The first Spider-Man game is my favorite game of all time.
Wow,
that's fair.
I cried at the end of that game, dude.
Yeah.
Like I literally, it was the first video game that literally made me cry.
I've replayed that game 9 times.
Wow. I need to replay it. I need to replay it.
Is that Doc Ock
I
at
want
the
to get
end?
it on PC, dude.
Yeah.
Get them both on PC.
Yeah, that Doc Ock fight is so good.
And you got a couple fights where you're taking 2 enemies at the same time, right? Like Electro and somebody else.
Electro and Vulture.
You take them on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need to play the second one. I haven't played it yet.
I only played it once. I played the other, I guess the first one I've played 3 times, and then
Miles Morales.
Miles twice.
Miles is great too.
Yep.
Miles you can knock out in a weekend.
Oh yeah, it's quick. It's only like 6 hours, I think, actually, if you just crush it. All right, well, that's it for our Venom lore. Now, we did get a message from Trevin, and he said, "Can I get some Squirrel Girl lore? Because I have no idea how she can beat Thanos or Doctor Doom." So next week, Trevin and everybody else, tune in. We're going to let you know how Squirrel Girl can beat Thanos and Doctor Doom, and just let you know about her lore. So next week, we're doing Squirrel Girl, which I'm actually pretty excited for that. Because
gonna go nuts.
I just kind of know her from
game.
From a little bit of the comics, I guess. And then wasn't there a show? I think was it Disney had a show, and it was like Spider-Gwen, Squirrel Girl, Miss Marvel. Yep. I remember my daughter when she was little, like kind of that was coming out. We watched a couple episodes of that, and Squirrel Girl was on that. So I kind of know her from that, but yeah, I don't know her too much from the books. So I'm looking forward to that too. All right, well, let's move on here to our final segment, the part of the show where we get you involved that we call What Ifs.
What if?
All right, well, don't forget, you can always reach out to us either over on Spotify by leaving us a comment over there, or, of course, you can email us to pod@rivalsassemble.com, or just go over to rivalsassemble.com. You can find all our social links over there. And also over on the Discord, we ask you guys pretty much every week, or just feel free to pop one in there for a question you want to have us bring here on the show. And the first one comes to us from Zorro, and he said, "Guys, in your opinion, with all the challenges of Season 2, what do you guys think are the best heroes? Maybe like the top 5 or top 10. And what do you think are the worst heroes in the game?" So
all the changes.
Yeah, well, and again, this is it's our opinion. So what do you guys think? I mean, for me personally, I think Cap has definitely shot up, for me at least, top 5. I mean, he's a monster. I think Emma, wouldn't you guys say probably Emma is up there too? I mean,
for sure.
Yeah. Somebody knows how to play her. You know who's one character I've been seeing a lot more this season, and he kind of went dark in Season 1, definitely for 1.5. I'm seeing a lot of Iron Fist in the game. I don't know where he is on the higher echelon, but there's been a lot of Iron Fists in my game suddenly. Out of nowhere. Who else do you guys think is kind of up there right now?
I did make it to silver.
Nice.
But like the Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange team up, at least in bronze and silver right now, is everywhere. Like Scarlet Witch seems to be pretty crazy. She's in a lot of lobbies.
Yeah, we were talking about it, and we actually had a game before played here against a Groot, right? Lots of Groots, lots of walls.
Yep.
Messing you up, bro.
How are you guys feeling about the Emma Magneto team up?
I don't know that I've seen it.
Emma Magneto, it's good.
I use it because I've been playing a lot of Magneto.
It's pretty cool, and even going against it, like sometimes it's tough to tell like which one is the real one. But Psylocke too gets the team up as well.
Yeah.
And so I'm seeing a ton of Psylocke. Usually, I'm auto locking every game, and usually the next auto lock is a Psylocke. So,
yeah. You know what? Now that you mentioned that, because I totally forgot that Psylocke has that. Because I have had a lot of Psylocks in my games as well, especially playing. Yeah. Whenever I'm a strategist in comp, there's like always a Psylocke, like backline, just like pinging me,
ruining your day.
Yep.
Yeah. There's 2 of them now.
Which is the real? We don't know. So how does the control work for your clone there? It moves with you,
It just
right?
moves, and kind of doubles
directions, and it shoots when you shoot.
Yep. Usually what I try to do is like when I'm playing Magneto is try to like kind of juke a little bit. I hit it and then kind of like kind of go back and forth real quick and then move to one side so they don't know which one is which, or go behind a pillar real quick and then hit it and then come out. And so it's like they never know which one really. And in the end, half the time they're still firing at me and they figure it out. Yeah. But I try to at least be a little bit like, especially like Wakanda, like the domination map where there's the one big pillar in the middle. You can kind of get behind that, or the map we all hate on Asgard. You can kind of when you come out of the gold room, or there's those areas where you can kind of get behind and then pop in. And even the Krakoa map has a lot of spaces too, where you can kind of fall back a little bit and then hit it and then come out, and they don't know which one it is. But what about worst heroes in the game right now? Black Widow always.
I really don't know. Like I think
everybody's.
I think worst is a very subjective word.
Yeah.
I think it just might be the hero we're seeing the least.
Yeah, probably. I mean, who are you seeing the least then, I guess?
I don't feel that I see a lot of Hawkeye.
I have this season because he got some buffs, and
did he?
I think he's pretty good, right? Am I making that up?
I will say I've seen less Winter Soldier
notes aren't real
than before.
You think?
I mean, when I play
seen
Cap, I see him, which still that team up is just kind of weird.
Have you used it?
I have used it, and I still don't
five?
totally get it, other than that they come to me and it like creates kind of this little like splash around us. But it seems like you both have to lock into it, kind of.
Agree to it.
Yeah.
Like a fastball special kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah. But I just don't see as many
we ask for
Buckies.
consent everywhere.
I don't see as many Buckies as we used to have before. You know, the last season 1.5 Bucky was like everywhere, and I just think that
I'm still seeing a lot of Bucky.
Are you really?
Yeah, it's
me too.
I don't know that it's gotten any better. It's still pretty bad.
Oh, you know who's a top hero is Namor. You're seeing him
that's the next one I was going to
especially
mention.
with the Hulk.
With the Gamma Squid?
That
Gamma
thing is a
Squid
laser
is
beam.
a
It's crazy.
monster.
It's
Holy
easier to see now. Like, it's easier to spot them because there's a giant laser going past your face and not the tiny little bullets. But man, do those things hurt a lot.
Yep.
Is it worse than because they got rid of the ice squid, right? I guess that one just slowed you down. This one just
Yeah,
does
that
more
one.
damage.
Yeah, the Gamma one like melts you.
It's crazy.
It's strong.
Yeah.
I've been seeing more Namors.
More.
Kind of like chilling like Torbs.
Yeah.
Where it's like
Yes.
they'll plant and then just stay near the turret, because in case they you destroy it, they'll just drop the other one.
Yep.
Turrets
If they
doing all
haven't
the
already
work.
dropped it.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're just chucking the spears and hanging out somewhere.
Yeah, and it was just like, come on.
I mean, that's the thing with this game is like there really is no best or worst, because depending on your team comp, depending on the map, again, I think Matt, you nailed it. Like, it's subjective. It's like, can the person playing that hero, number one, do they pick the hero that fits in with their team and in the mode and map that they're playing, and can they competently play that hero? Because like we've said before, like I always joke, Black Widow, she's the worst. But if you get a good Black Widow, they're going to harass the crap out of you because they know what they're doing, and they're getting their sight lines. They're hiding from you to make sure you can't get them. And so it's interesting. Let's see. We got another one from I Can Heal You. And he says, question for the pod. Looking at what Blizzard did right with Overwatch, what do you think NetEase could do similar or better? And on the contrary, what mistakes do you think NetEase should avoid, which Blizzard made? Because we all know Blizzard made plenty. Also, what ideas do you have for a PvE mode, if you have any? Cheers.
I think that's a very subjective question as well. Because I think a lot of people are apt to say, oh, Blizzard fumbled when they did this, when it's just like people hop on a hate train. We're not game developers, so what does your opinion matter? You know, random person on the internet. Not the person who submitted this question. I'm speaking to the anathema, whatever. But I think someone else talk. Well, sorry. I
don't make a completely unnecessary sequel for your video game. Would be
that's a good one.
How they could not follow in the steps of Blizzard.
Yep. And promise, PvE and all those things.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to do that. Which, by the way, the stadium mode looks very cool. It's coming out, 2 weeks, whatever it is.
Next week.
Next
Tuesday.
week. I do want to try it. Looks neat, which is cool, but it's like we should have had the PvE.
Didn't need a sequel for it
initially, though. Right? Yeah.
I'm
gonna say
the number of players on a team.
Yeah, I mean that was the big thing. I think the community wasn't clamoring for that. It seemed like the community wanted change, and I don't think the change that they delivered is essentially what they wanted. Again, we've said it here before, like gamers sometimes don't know what they want. And when the company listens too much to them and gives them what they want, sometimes that's not the right thing. Kind of which is what happened with Overwatch.
If they're it's a lot of the people who scream for changes, everything is a vocal minority.
Right.
So just because, your top favorite streamers want it doesn't mean that it's good for the game. Doesn't mean that it's good for the longevity of something. I do think what NetEase I think NetEase has been a little bit more transparent, and using their socials very wisely to, I don't know, just be a little bit more present in the conversation. Whereas I feel Blizzard kind of like will drop something and then goes back into the cave.
Yeah, they go dark.
And then, 6 months later, they come out of the cave and they go back in. Where NetEase, I feel, has, and apologies if I was not around for the beginning of any large Blizzard property. So this is my inexperience. I don't know if maybe that was the same that they did at the beginning.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Mm-hmm. And I think too, the fun thing about Rivals has been they're not looking for a perfectly balanced game, which you got to have balance. And if you have heroes that are too strong or too weak, you do want to raise them up or bring them down. But their whole mentality seems to have been just like, we're just going to make it fun. And if a character seems broken, figure out a way to counteract it. And that's just been great to see that. And again, if you had told me that 6-7 months ago, I would have been like, that's terrible. Your game needs to be balanced. But now being with a company and experiencing that and roll queue, like that's the biggest thing. That was the community wanted it. Don't give me roll queue now. Like I love the ability to swap on the fly and figure out how it is we can push forward. And, maybe we don't win every match, but maybe we capture the point once. I mean, we had a match earlier, Matt, wasn't it? I think you were in that game, right? Where we were playing a domination match. We just got stomped in the first round. In the second round, we just took the domination point right off the bat. And we still lost the match, but like that was the win for us. And it was like, I mean, as silly as that sounds, it was just one of those things like, we took the point, yeah. And it was because we changed the team up a little bit, and it was just that in itself is satisfying. And like in a game like Overwatch, the way they have it built now, you can't do that. And so, I don't know.
Kens, would you say that kind of like a push towards more pro gaming in Overwatch may have made Blizzard hard focus in one area, kind of ignoring like part of the fan base?
The fun? Yeah. I think so. I mean, because they put so much money into it. Like it was.
Yeah.
Not in like a negligent way, but it just like we propped this up now. We have
this is what this game is going to be. Is it's going to be, it is a pro StarCraft for the US, is what we're making here.
They like shooters in the US. We're doing this.
Yeah. I mean, I really think that was their mentality. And, you get too serious about it. And for players like us, that aren't cutting edge, you kind of get lost in the shuffle.
It's that that picture of the mom in the pool with their kids, and she's paying attention to the one kid, and the other kid is drowning in the background, and that's the casual players like me.
Hey, what about us?
They're holding up,
Overwatch League.
Yeah,
that's funny. Let's see, we got another one from 44 Tornado Shard. It's this question for the pod: what's your favorite melee hero or villain to play?
Magic.
Nice.
Cap.
Ugh.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't like
Mine's
it.
Thor.
More than Emma now, Kent? I thought I was waiting for the Emma drop.
She's
hybrid,
both, right? So we'll see.
She's everything. She
is in a better place right now, I think, in the game than Thor is. So she's gonna get more of my playtime. But just like swinging in and swinging that hammer around and throwing lightning, like there's nothing. Yeah, nothing like it.
I like. I do like Hulk too. I think I would throw in there as well. But as Cap, I just love causing chaos, like running around. I mean, there's times literally I'm running in circles around people, probably not even hitting them. I'm just running around, and it's just like total mayhem in the back line. And like that to me, when I can do that, have healers with me that can keep me up. It's just so much fun, and like constantly jumping and just all over the place. It's just, I don't know. It's so much fun to do that as Cap. I love it. Neil, who you got?
For me,
I was going to say one name, but
I was thinking Hulk. Said Hulk. I was thinking Magic. I like Magic now. I'm going to I have a play of the game here. I'll share to the Discord after this. Me playing earlier today was pretty amazing. I'm gonna say Thing because that secondary hit, you can get an AoE and punch a few people at the same time. Feels pretty good. You throw in the old 1-2 every once in a while, and he's super fun to play.
Yeah. More than your Black Panther? Your Black Panther main?
Black Panther's good. I'm not as good with him these days. I don't know. I think he's old news now.
What happens when you switch mains?
I feel more confident with Magic these days.
And yeah, Matt, what is it about Magic that you like?
I like her maneuverability.
Really nice.
Which
in the iframe.
I'm usually a ranged player. And so for my play style, I like to be able to get in and get out. And I know that one of my complaints was like, I wish she either had another dash or the cooldown was lesser. But I think I found my sweet spot now where I use them judiciously. And it's like the perfect mix of being able to get in, do some damage, get out, or even throw my sword from backline to soften somebody up for someone else to get the KO. I don't look for KOs myself as Magic. I think my Magic is more about earning assists.
Nice. Yeah, you just can get a lot of AoE damage, right? Just start swinging away.
Yep.
Swing away, Matt. Swing away.
Swing away.
One of the best like feelings of a melee hit is when you're a Dark Child and you like do a big swing with that and it like does that triple tick. It's like
it's so satisfying.
It's like, oh, this feels so heavy, and you know your controller's vibrating and stuff.
Audio stem.
Oh, it's amazing.
I mean, dude, the Thing Haymaker is that too. I mean, you said it. Like that is just, oh my man, when
especially when you get a knockout on it and you get the kill sound.
Let's see. We got some messages over on Spotify. Again, you can leave us messages over there under the episode. This comes to us from Mark Asbury. He says, "Hey guys, I saw the Marvel devs talking about that they will be making legendary skins for characters, and they have the Punisher already in mind. What do you think the cost would be, and what are some ideas you have for skins?" He says, "I think Beta Ray Bill would be amazing for Thor." So, well, I think
I didn't hear about this.
These will cost more than the 2,200 right now we're getting for the.
Oh, really?
Isn't that right now? Isn't 2,200? Isn't that like the multiverse skin and all that? Or the Magic skin was that?
So do we not have legendary in game already?
I guess
we
not.
do. Those are like the MCU skins, or it's so.
Oh, the ones that are always on sale.
Well, when he's saying legendary, I think he's talking like next step up, like a step we don't have yet.
Well,
like a mythic skin.
Yeah, because right now we have rare, epic, and legendary. And legendary is the top tier. So those MCU, it's basically a legendary it's a complete model change. So like the MCU stuff like that. But like a step above that, I don't know. Like it got me thinking like, what MCU skin would I want?
Yeah, I mean MCU wise, I think we kind of have like the Doctor Strange one would be one, I would think, almost, because that changes the model so much with the way the thing. And I mean, even the Cap skin in theory too is kind of the same way with the two different shields on his arms. Like it just looks totally different. When you run, you have the red, white, and blue kind of behind you when you pop your ult. It totally changes the way he looks and some of the sound bites in that you get. I mean, the Thor, you have the guitar going. So we kind of already have those in game. I don't know.
I want
what would be that next step.
I think a fun one would be for Star-Lord. Give me Star-Lord T'Challa from What If.
Ooh,
that'd be cool.
Give me Captain Carter from What If for Captain America.
That would be a cool season.
Yeah.
Yes. I think you could. There's so much you could do. But then I'm also waiting for whether it would be original characters or whether it'd be skins. Because in Marvel Future Fight, you could just swap like for like Captain America. There's the Captain America 2099, which is a female, and so you would just apply that skin and you would still be Captain America, but it'd be like
Just
a woman.
that, yeah.
So having Captain America Sharon Rogers from Marvel Future Fight, which is also created by Danny Koo, who created Luna Snow, who runs Marvel Gaming. But also he has a series of characters. Oh gosh, there's one that's like it's another Korean character. It's a little girl basically who has like a spirit bear that she controls, and they're think like Toph from Last Airbender, but if she had like a spirit bear that like mimicked her movements and fought with her.
That's cool.
So yeah, any kind of those as characters or skins make it work.
Let's see. Next one comes to us from Ben Crockett, and he says, "Great show as always, guys. I have a question for next week's show. As another Heroes of the Storm fan, I was wondering if a hero like Shogal would translate into any Marvel hero or villain for Rivals. That is, 2 players controlling one hero. Cheers from down under."
Crazy. Somebody explain this to me.
Cloak and Dagger would have been the one I think that you could have done this with.
We say that now because we got kind of the opposite of this, where it's like the one control 2 characters.
Yeah.
And this would be 2 players controlling one character. Cho'Gall is technically 2 characters, but they're just so Matt, it's a character, it's an ogre, and he has 2 heads. One of them's a spellcaster, the other one is like a melee, and you control like you pick a head.
Like when your twin powers activate.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like this we kind of have with Groot and get Jeff on the shoulder kind of deal, right? A rocket on the shoulder. That's kind of how Cho'Gall plays, because Cho, I believe, is the brute, and he controls the movement. And it's hilarious, this character, because it's so big. You have mounts in the game, and for this character to go faster, it actually carries the horse instead of the horse carrying
He throws it over his shoulder, and he just runs fast.
So go ahead.
Oh, and then just with the Gall, you're stuck to whatever the Cho is moving, and you're just kind of casting spells from the back. So it's similar to like a rocket group. Or
that was going to be my question. Is it kind of like you're giving do you become the cloak when Dagger is out, and you're just kind of like chilling while they're okay? But
what if there was a way you could do like a Hulkbuster? So somebody controls like the mech of it, and then the other person is the Tony Stark on the inside that fires the weapons.
It's Optimus Prime.
Makes sense.
Megazord.
Like, is there some way to do that? Is there a Marvel character that
Winnowy a Megazord?
It's kind of lame, maybe, but Falcon and Red Wing, maybe, of like you one person, and then it's like one person controls what I feel like you get gypped if you have to control.
I don't.
That's just
you could
brainstorming. Yeah. That's like getting the Mad Catz controller,
Yeah.
Or somebody that would have like psychic abilities, like a Jean Grey being able to take over somebody's mind, or who's Professor X's sister? What's her name?
Cassandra Nova.
Cassandra Nova, maybe somehow being able to do something to manipulate. So you kind of stand in the back as her, and I don't know. Just trying to think.
It's tough. I don't know. It's so unique to Heroes of the Storm because they are attached to each other.
Right.
It's like they're one body. So the Groot and Rocket thing, honestly, is probably the best. But we already have that, so man,
if they redid Penny Parker, you could have one as the mech and one as Penny Parker the pilot, and then you come together for your ultimate or something, and it's spider time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So one controls, and the other one is doing the abilities. So,
like a gunner and a pilot. Yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. That's a good one. If you guys have any other recommendations, send those over to us, because I'd like to know who you think would be a good 2-player hero. Let's see. We got an email from Spry Fox, and he said, "Hello, gentlemen. This is Stu on Spotify with Spry Fox on Discord. I was just listening to episode 22 where you talked about eating snacks while gaming, specifically chips. There is a way to eat chips and other snacks while keeping your hands nice and clean for your controller and keyboard. Chopsticks." And I think, Matt, didn't you put that up there, or somebody put that
Someone had a picture. Yeah.
This is a person of high class because I imbibe in the same pastime. My fine sir, madam person.
So he said, next time you reach for those tasty Quest chips, reach for a pair of chopsticks to keep your controller clean, complement your cravings, and conquer Krakoa.
What an alliteration.
It's pretty good.
Love it.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
I specifically use chopsticks whenever I have Takis. And there's a new flavor of Takis out there. It's like Dragonfire chili or something.
Good Lord.
A spicy.
It's not like Takis hot. It's like a sweet spice. So it's not like, I don't like to, hurt myself, but they're still very red.
So do you, because I do this, do you ever eat pizza with a knife and fork?
No,
Never.
I'm not an animal.
Because I do that sometimes. It's because I don't feel like picking up the
It's
pizza.
too
Not all the
hot,
time.
maybe.
If it's like
Aren't
fresh.
you from New York? Isn't that like
well,
a thing
dude,
to like grab and fold the pizza?
If it's here's my thing. So here's my stipulation.
Get a piece of the pie. Yeah.
If it's a fresh pizza, like we just went out and got it, yes, I'm eating it that way.
You
if
know,
it's been
fresh
in the
pie.
microwave or in the refrigerator, and then I'm reheating it, then I'm knife and forking it. Even if it's in the oven, even if I take it out of my fridge, put it in my oven, cook it at like 425, and pull it out, I'm knife and forking it. I don't know what it is.
You keep a couple disposable plates around, so you just fold that bad boy in two and
And the pizza down here sucks. The pizza's terrible here in the Carolinas. We do have people that move from Connecticut, of course, and like they have decent pizza, but yeah.
interesting. I throw pizza in the air fryer if it's old. Perfect.
Don't you get the cheese all melted in there though? That's the only thing
It gets a little crispy.
Yeah.
Just give it a wipe down. I just got an air fryer recently, and I started doing that. It's amazing.
You also use liners in your air fryer. You like, what do you just like?
Ours
raw dog
broke,
your
so we
stuff
don't
in
have
there?
I raw
now.
dog. I raw dog.
Oh, my Lanta.
Probably because I didn't use the liner.
I just wash it every time. It's good.
You need for the next episode of Air Fryers Assemble.
Let's see. In the final one, this came to us over on Twitter. This is from Zujin Gaming, and he says, I don't really listen to podcasts, but I was interested in finding one about Marvel Rivals. I found you guys on Spotify and saw you had the best reviews, so I listened to your Origin episode. I fell in love instantly, and I'm extremely excited to listen to more. Awesome production quality, and love the flow of the conversations being so natural. Your expertise really shines in how and what you all talk about, too. I, of course, left a review on Spotify. So,
Wow.
What a legend.
Zujin Gaming, thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate that.
You start somewhere. I don't really listen to podcasts. Now you listen to podcasts.
Now
It
you
just
do.
Takes one. Just takes one.
Yep. Now you're gonna have this
podcast
whole
and
world. So again, if you guys want to reach out to us, head on over to rivalsassemble.com. You can find all our socials over there, and don't forget about our NHL bracket challenge. If you want to get in right now. Now's the way you can get yourself a free skin, win the inaugural Moose Cup, and of course have bragging rights for a full year. And of course, check out our Discord. You can find the link in the show notes over at rivalsassemble.com. Great community over there. And if you want to help support the show, you can do so by becoming a true believer over at our Patreon at patreon.com/rivalsassemble. $5 gets you signed up and gets you every 2 weeks on Mondays our MCU recaps. And you can also get a Retro Game Club episode this week. We're talking Super Mario RPG, and solo episodes on Wednesdays with Matt's up next on deck. So Matt, are you going to be doing the whole, giving us a history of your intro into video games and telling us a little bit about yourselves?
I guess you'll have to listen and find out.
Ooh. All right. Well, anything else you guys want to throw out here at the end of the show? Anything to look forward to in game this week?
Not for me. I'm ready to go kick people in the face.
Not for me.
Ready to pop it. I'm going to spend my Dreamsicle credit on the Captain America Gladiator skin.
Oh, okay. That's what you're. What did everybody else buy? I bought the Storm. I ended up.
I also bought Storm. I wish I had bought Magneto.
I'm kind of in the same boat.
I got comic accurate. Well, not comic accurate. MCU Wolverine from Marvel's Deadpool and Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I actually just straight up bought that one. I think early on, so I already had that one.
Yeah, I don't play Wolverine. That's the only.
But it still looks great though.
Not yet. Wait till the challenge.
That's right.
Wolverine challenge.
When that becomes Ken or Neil's main, then I'll be playing it that week.
Then I'll be sad I didn't pick it.
That's right.
But this challenge this week, this is our first Vanguard. We've had duelists so far, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll
poo-poo water.
and it'll be harder to get Vanguards this. Well, I mean, we play quick quick match, and it's for science. So we're gonna play
Get off
Triple
Vanguard.
Vanguard.
I did have Mark is on PC today. When in our first match, I was like, "Hey, Mark, can you put in chat? Cap is new. Don't be mean."
So that's why like earlier, and somebody was like, "Oh, no worries, have fun," which they were really nice in the chat. They did say that
After we were playing with some people from the Discord, and they put in chat like, "Nah."
But you, so that's why you were all about playing Cap today, like because you thought we were doing the challenge.
I thought I was having
Just
to get
trying to cram it in.
Oh man, I think even in our own little personal chat, I think even Neil said like,
Yeah,
"That's
I
next
remind
week."
you. I said no. You did
guys,
your to-do list today, and I said no, not that one.
I wake up at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and when I wake up to this group chat, there are like a gajillion notifications. I apologize if I don't read everyone.
Yeah. Anyway.
In other news, I think we capped 200 or 2 hours again, Ken. So
I am very proud of us.
This might be the
Cut us
longest
off,
episode
Matt.
yet.
It's bad.
Yeah,
Met
And the bad reviews start coming in.
so there you go.
Bring it on.
All right, everybody. Well, let's wrap it
3
up.
hours.
Let's wrap it up there. Thank you here as always for tuning into the show. However you're tuning in, and until next time, we'll catch you later. Peace.
Drink water.
I chugged mine.
Yes.
I'm all out of water, actually. Last sip.
All right, stream. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out. Spider Joe, did Matt beat level 1 in Mega Man? Oh, yeah, that's right. Spider Joe wanted to know.
Did you, Matt? Did you?
Not at all. Did you? You didn't even play it ever again.
I haven't picked it up since. And my skin has been clearer, and my hair has been thicker, and the flowers smell sweeter because of
And
it.
I got a new phone, so I can't use the backbone. Doesn't work with the new
Oh.
iPhone. So like
that's
I haven't been. Man,
You got the
I
Amber Nick
wore
though still, right?
wore that thing out. I do have an
The
Amber
backbone?
Nick, but it's not. I don't know. The backbone was just so great. It was so
Dude,
good.
you can sell your backbone.
I did.
Oh,
I did.
bet.
You think I didn't already sell that for Pokemon cards?
Gotta get them.
That wall is looking a little empty back there, Ken. What else are you selling?
Yeah.
Sold the bed. Don't need it.
Running out of stuff. I'm running out of things to
Take to
sell.
the game shop.
Ken's just gonna be in an empty room in a couple weeks.
Babe,
But I'll have
does
Pokemon
our daughter
cards.
does our daughter really need all these clothes?
No.
We can fashion her some clothes.
I haven't
out of-
touched my retro
your
Nintendo
extras.
stuff though. That's still all here, but it did cross
Have
my
you-
mind. Like, do
Have
I
you
want to
seen the
sell this
videos of
Super Nintendo?
people talking about like trying to find or trying to afford Pokemon cards in this economy? And it's like they're in the kitchen and they have the pot and they throw a handful like water energy in it and then like a handful of leaf energy in it, and that's dinner.
That's
Because
awesome.
that's all you got now.
Then you use a fire energy to start it.
Yeah.
It's funny.
That's awesome.
All right, well, guys, if you want to hop in with us, hop over to the Discord. We're gonna hop in over there, maybe get some games. And you guys are good for some games?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We're gaming
gotta-
it.
So yeah,
have
we will
people to
be.
pick.
Which channel are we going into tonight? X-Men, Avengers, Midnight Suns.
I feel like they've all been getting some good use this week. I don't know who first one gets to pick. I gotta switch
All right.
over to my.
So yeah, head on over to the
Those
Discord,
people.
guys. We'll